Yo, yo, yo. My check, my check. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to my channel. This is The Last Snow. You call me Snow for short. I appreciate everybody that has been tuning in to my channel. I know I haven't been on for the past couple of days. It's because I've been picking up overtime with my job. We've been having interviews. We've been short staffed, and I've just been trying to help out as much as possible in my job. So, I had to put this on pause. But you're gonna see me all weekend grinding on Fusion World, grinding on Sparkling Zero. But right now, what we're gonna be talking about is the Set 4 leaks that just dropped this morning. Couldn't do it this morning because I was still at work. Um, every single card that's coming out for the next set. We are 3 weeks away as of today that Set 4 comes out, and we're gonna talk about every single color, every single leader, and who's gonna be, in my opinion, which leader is gonna still be on the grind from the previous sets, and which leaders that's coming out now will be like top dog and be one of the meta decks that's gonna be like giving comp, and we'll be seeing a lot on tournaments and stuff like that. So if you're new to my channel, press that follow button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. So we got the card database of the Dragon Ball Fusion World booster, the booster pack Ultra Limit. So if you guys don't know, that's what Set 4 is called. So it's Ultra Limit Set 4. We have all the colors. So we're gonna start with we're gonna make it interesting. I gotta do it the way I want to do it because this is my stream, and I gotta do it the way that I want to do it. That's the only way it's gonna work. So we're gonna go with the color that I like, that I started playing Dragon Ball Fusion World, and that is yellow. Yellow is the first color that I started playing, and I stuck by for the first 3 sets. I changed to black well, the first 2 sets I was yellow. For set 3, I changed to black because black came out with one of my favorite characters, which is Bardock, and I stuck by it throughout the whole set. But yellow is one of my favorite colors to play. I tried red, I tried blue, and I tried green, but something about yellow just stuck to me. So we're gonna go with yellow first, right? So we're gonna go off with the first leader that's coming out for set 4 is the Majin Buu. 15 attack normally standard. One attack and draw a card and awakens regular at 4 or less. Then we're gonna flip the card around for the awakened side. So when attacking once per turn, draw a card. The regular, basic. Auto once per turn when your battle cards with Majin or Evil Wizard and its special trait, it's KO. Switch this card or up to 1 energy to active mode. So it's basically has the same effect as Piccolo. The only thing that it's only once per turn that you could draw, so you get to restand them, but you're not gonna draw a card again. And then I guess this card support is kind of toxic compared to Piccolo, because Piccolo came out and it didn't have like a really strong backbone to the deck, and a lot of people wasn't playing it. But for this card to have like once per turn, that means it could mean a lot of things. Maybe Bandai came out with a full support for this leader, maybe not. But this is the second Majin Buu we get, so maybe Majin Buu, the first support of set 3, actually helps this leader plus with the set 4. So this is the leader for yellow. Um, this is the alternate art Majin Buu. There's the standard front, and this is the standard back. So it has the nice illustration. I really like it. I could just imagine how he's gonna look when it glows. But definitely, it's gonna be for me. The effect sounds good because one, it has like the effect of the yellow Vegeta. Instead of 2 energies, you're actually getting one. But it's during your turn. It's not on my on. Well, it's not your turn. It says once per turn, so it's definitely not specifying it has to be on your turn. So if you know, there's cards in set 3 that comes out that Majin Buu has that pops cards off the board. So I guess you could swing with the leader, right? Use the effect of the, I forgot the name, the extra card that pops the card off the board to just get to draw two cards. So you can definitely do that, and then you can restand Majin Buu again to swing again. So I guess if it comes to the opponent's side, he could do it once per turn, restand again. Well, you're not gonna restand. What you're gonna do is gonna restand an energy. So that's the leader. Let's see what we got for the support. So the first card is Adessa. One drop, 5k attack, 5k combo, blocker. When KO'd on your opponent's turn, switch up to one of your energies to active mode. Okay, so the effect is good. The bad part about this card is one drop. So playing this against red, red has so many cards that connect this to zero, which is not even a KO. It just gets wiped off the board. Blue will bottom deck this. Black will pop this for sure, or with Pan, but I doubt you're gonna use Pan to bounce this back to the hand. Um, Fight for green, you could definitely use this because they'll probably, pop it off the board with with their one drops. But I don't feel like this card will be good because one drops are so easily to get eliminated off the board, and especially at 5k attack. So yeah, late game is fine, but early game, it's not really, and it's an Earthling, so it's not even a like support for any of the leaders that we have. So I'm not sure how this is gonna help out. Maybe this is for the next set, hopefully, because that's what they do. They drop cards for the next set, and we don't even know about it. They just drop random cards here and there, and then sooner or later in different sets, you start seeing that old cards that came out are actually support for the cards that's coming out now. So this card, not good. Next one is Shin, 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Another blocker. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So this is definitely a good card. One blocker. I guess they trying to help with the, like try to bring back the blockers. Cause set one, blockers is actually a thing now. Set 2 and 3, blockers just ended up just not being a factor anymore. So I guess they're trying to bring the blocker situation back. But at 3 cost, there's a lot of colors that could actually just get this off the board easily. But it all depends on what matchups are you playing. Granted, is a blocker, so you can block one of the swings. And the good thing about it, it's on play. You can rest one of your opponent's battle cards. It doesn't even, it's not even specifying which level of battle card you're supposed to rest. Because I know we had cards like that. So like the 2-drop freeze that came out for set 1 could only rest the 2-drop or less. Or the no, I would say the cooler, but the cooler pops 2 or less, but it rests anything off the board. So I feel like this is definitely a good card. Where would this fit? I feel like this could fit in the Vegeta deck. Because Vegeta is built on rest mode cards. The Majin Buu, not sure yet. We're gonna have to see the support that Majin Buu comes in with this set. Frieza, I feel like Frieza could do something better. Ginyu, definitely not. Cooler, definitely not. So yeah, next next card. So this is from the new anime series. If you guys are not watching it, episode 3 just came out on Daima. King Goma is a 3-drop, 20k attack, 5k combo. On play is a self-awakener. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and when attacking once per turn, switch this card to active mode. So you get 2 swings in 1 turn, which is not that bad, and it's a 3-drop. So for certain matchups, this could actually survive for more than 1 turn. I could definitely see this being played in most yellow decks, but it all depends on the support of the decks that we have now. So this is definitely a good card to get 2 swings, especially on a late game. Or if you're playing against green and you want to just continue being aggro, swinging like aggressively, this is definitely a good card to have in your deck. But that's if green is being played a lot. But if you're playing blue, this game bottom deck after the first turn if they have the right cards in their hand, because they got the sickle, they got the 4-drop, they got the Mai that levels this by one. Then they could summon the Vegito, 3 drop to bottom deck this. So there's a lot of stuff that this might not survive more than one turn. It's good for a Self Awakener, but I'm not sure. But it's for Daima. So maybe next set we'll get another yellow. Maybe next set, the next yellow leader might be from Daima. But let's see. So I feel like this is definitely a good card because it's a Self Awakener, and you can swing more than once. Next card, the Cooler. So for the set one leader, Cooler, they finally came out with an extra support finally because they didn't come out with anything. Well, they did came out with support for Cooler, but it was actually Meta Cooler base. But this is actually the support for set one. So it's a 3 drop, 25k attack, 5k combo on play, added to one card from your life to your hand, which is definitely good because Cooler definitely needs that. On auto, once per turn, when one of your battle cards other than this card is switched to active mode by your Cooler leader skill, draw a card. So this is definitely a good card for Cooler because one, Cooler is a crit leader, so they don't get to draw on swing. So having this to restand the card, um, well, but this is on the awakened side. The effect will actually happens on the awakened side, so you're already drawing. But this will actually help out because you'll be drawing basically an extra card for the simple fact that you'll be behind. Since you're a crit leader, you wasn't drawing at the beginning of the game, so this will actually help you out. And it's a 25k swing, so a lot of the leaders that we got is 20k swings. So this is definitely a good card to have in your deck. So Cooler looks like they're trying to bring Cooler back up. So it could be actually another deck to be played around with. Not saying it's gonna be like competitive wise, but it's a fun deck to play with right now. Right now, it's a fun deck to play with. Next up, the Bora. 3 drop, 25k attack, 10k combo vanilla. So you could definitely put this in the new and the old Majin Buu deck. Um, but maybe you'll have other cards that you can actually put besides this that actually blends in with the effect of both Majin Buus, which is set 3 Majin Buu has to be 2 or less to special summon on the end of their turn. This is actually 3 or less. So maybe people will probably play this just to have a full-blown Wicked Soul, Majin Buu related deck. But I'm not seeing a lot of people actually playing this card. A lot of people don't like playing vanilla cards because they don't actually do anything. The 10k combo, yes, it definitely helps out, but besides that, what can you do with it? Next one is the Grand Supreme Kai. Two cost, 20k attack, 10k combo, another vanilla. Um, this is Majin Buu before he became Majin Buu, basically. So this is definitely another vanilla that can actually be good. So I guess you most likely gonna end up playing the vanilla cards in the new Majin Buu. In the old Majin Buu, you're not gonna be playing this because it doesn't blend in with the effect of the leader. But for the new Majin Buu, most likely you're gonna be playing these. There's nothing wrong with having vanilla cards in your deck because 10k combos you need combos. We're already at a position of the game that you have to have combo power in order to survive any of the matches that you're gonna be in. So that's one thing that you gotta really think about when you're building your deck. So 2 drop, 20k, it's not that bad. 10k combo, early game swings, nothing wrong with that. You just gotta see how the format is for this set that's coming out and see how this will function. Like, would this be the format that people's gonna start using the vanilla cards? Next up is the West Supreme Kai. This is a super combo. There's not much you could really say. Offense 10k, defense 20k. So nothing new about that. The Babidi 3 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo on play. If your leader has margin and his special traits, play up to one battle card with the cost of 3 or less and margin and his special traits from your hand. Okay, so this only helps out the new Majin Buu because it's a full margin. Because the set 3 margin, it's Babidi first on one side, on the standard side, and then there's Majin Buu on the medium side. So you'll be um, dealing with using this game late for the set 3. So I guess this card is basically built for set 2. I mean, for the second Majin Buu. So when KO'd, if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, your opponent discards 1 card in their hand. Okay, so now this becomes a real problem because you can actually start manipulating opponent's hands. The bad part about this, it says when on KO. So not combo, not anything. It's a 5k attack, which red could easily neg off the board, and it's not considered KO. Blue most likely is gonna end up bouncing this back, just to not you to have the effect. So, but what's good about this card is, maybe the Majin Buu leader has support that pops cards off the board. So like the extra card that we have already, you pop a body off the board and you draw 2 cards. This might be that card that's gonna be part of that like little combo. So you'll pop this to draw 2, and then your opponent loses 1 out of his hand. So this is definitely a good card to have in the new Majin Buu deck. I mean, yeah, the new Majin Buu deck. So how many will you run from this? I'll most likely probably run maxed out 2. I won't really spend much on this because like 3 drop 5k attack and 5k combo, it's a real big problem because you have so many options you can actually put on a 3 drop in a 3 drop slot that this will get easily eliminated from being in the deck. So yeah, that you gotta be mindful about that as well. Another Majin Buu support. So it's BBD. 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. Another 5k combo card. On play, look at the top. Look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, then reveal up to 1 card with the cost of 4 or less Majin and its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. Okay, so it's a searcher, which definitely actually help out. But the thing about this is we already have a Babidi from the last set. There's a 2 drop, 10k combo. I think it's a 5k attack, but it's already like it's doing a search as well. So bringing another searcher card, I'm not sure where they're going with this, but I feel like you're not gonna play this card. Maybe 2 at max because you have the 2 drop because you need 10k. Like I said, you need combo power. You're gonna need combo power going into this set because set 3 was definitely built on combo power. So looking at this card, it's not helping you. It's helping you search, but it's not helping you like try to build. So I get where they're going with this, but I feel like this is not a card that's gonna be really used efficiency in most decks. Next card is the B. 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo blocker. 1 KO, choose up to 1 of the battle cards with Majin and special traits, and then it gets 5k power for the turn. Okay, this is 1 KO. So from what it looks like, Majin Buu is built on sacrificing your own cards. 1, you want to have bodies on the board. That's 1. 2, yes, you're manipulating your opponent's hand, boosting up your battle cards on the field. But what's bad about this is that you have a lot of 5k combos when it comes to building this new Majin Buu deck, even the old one. So it's like, how strong is this Majin Buu deck gonna be with no combo power? So because you're really sacrificing a lot of your 5ks off the board, right? To use another card's effect, but then you're risking to using your hand. So now all these small bodies that you can have on the board is getting popped off the board, so you can use an effect of another card. So hopefully the cards that's actually using the effect of popping these cards are actually good, because now you're losing cards out of your hand. You're not losing cards out. You're gonna be using cards out your hand to combo out, because now all the small bodies that you have on your board, from the searchers, the low blockers, and everything else, are getting popped off the field. So it's like, and they're small bodies, like one drops, which easily gets eliminated. With them being so much 5Ks for the Majin Buu deck, I'm kind of curious on how extensive this deck is. 'Cause right now, all the cards that we're looking at are beginning, like beginning stage of the game. I haven't seen the mids and I haven't seen the late games. So right now, it's looking kind of iffy for the beginning of the games, looking kind of slow. But I see that where they're going with this, with the build up. But I feel like the build up's a little bit too slow, especially if you're playing against red that's so aggro. By the time you get a big body on the board, you lost a lot of cards out your hand, and because you're gonna be comboing and stuff like that. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. But that's not a card I'll play. Next up, Vegeta, 2-drop, 20k attack, 5k combo, another blocker. So it looks like the Majin Buu deck, both decks will be built on blockers because they have a lot of blockers, which is good because we need decks to come back with blockers. Honestly, blockers has been in the game since set one, and a lot of people's not using it. So starting to see blockers again is kind of interesting. When KO'd, if there is a Majin Buu in a leader area or battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Okay, so this is definitely good. This gives me the Kui vibes of set one. Once it pops, once it gets killed off the board, it could definitely, rest a battle card on your opponent's side. The bad part about this is a 2-drop. So going against blue, this is automatically getting bottom deck. And red with a 20k swing, it's not that bad. This is definitely a good card against every color but red. I mean, but blue, because blue will bottom deck this easily. But then this will fit perfectly in the new Majin Buu deck. In the set 3 Majin Buu, he will have to be awakened because, like I said, the standard side, he's not a Majin Buu. He's actually an evil wizard, which is Babidi. So this will be a late game. This is not a late game card to play, so I don't see people playing this card. In the set 3 Majin Buu, I see people playing this in the set, and the new set that's coming out. All right, Vegeta, Blue Vegeta. I guess Blue Vegeta is getting in support. 5-drop, 35k attack, 0 combo, permanent on your opponent's turn. This gets 15,000 power. That is crazy. On my opponent's turn, I am at 50k, 5-drop. Bro, that's gonna be so hard to get this card eliminated from the board. Red is gonna have to neg this so badly to neg 30 to just use the effect of certain cards of 25 plus 20 neg 25 to put this at 25 and do a lot of stuff. So this is definitely a good card for the Blue Vegeta. I'm happy that it got another support, but this is a game changer. Late game to summon this, and then at the end of your turn, tap 1 energy, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, and they can switch to active mode during your opponent's next turn. This is crazy because Vegeta restands 2 energies. You're gonna rest 1. No, it's not even. You could rest 1 and still restand 2, so you still will have the 2 energies up. So this is crazy. You locking 2 bodies off your opponent's board, and then what? Your opponent can't do anything because they stay on rest mode, so they can't even use them for combo power or anything. This is definitely a good card. This is definitely a game changer. Yellow Vegeta was already a good deck, but I'm starting to see that they're trying to give Yellow image again, because yellow has been kind of, not kind of, but basically fell off the map in the tiers of which are the top, five competitive decks. And I feel like yellow is not up there. And if there is a yellow deck, it will be the yellow Vegeta. But yeah. So this is definitely gonna help a lot, especially when the deck is already built on stabilizing your opponent's board. So this this is gonna have to be you're playing yellow Vegeta. This is have to be in your deck. You got to. There's no if buts ands about it. You just got to be mindful in the zero combos. You don't want to overflow your deck with zero combos because this is already a zero combo. Next card, another Majin Buu card. 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Okay, finally a 10k combo Majin Buu card. Activate on main once per turn. KO one of your battle cards. This card gets 15 power for the turn. This is what I'm talking about. That you're wiping a lot of cards. You're sacrificing to do a little build up on you doing power swings. So it's not like you using your energy markers, which is a good thing. But then at the same time, your small bodies need to stay on the board for at least one turn in order to use these guys' effects. When you're playing certain matchups, these small bodies won't be in the board for that long. So you got to be mindful of how you're going to play these cards in order to use the effects like this. Because this is definitely a great effect. Once per turn to KO a small body off the board. I forgot what card that we just finished seeing that you KO it and I guess you get to search or you get to draw a card. That's a plus. And then you get 15, so he'll be swinging at 35. 35k swing on anybody on the board. That's a double strike power swing. So 35 at turn 3. A lot of people's not summoning big bodies like that time. So you'll be wiping their boards. You'll be controlling the board if you have this on the board. So this is definitely a good card. And like I said, 10k combo. Can't go wrong with the 10k combo. Next one, Majin Buu, the evil version. 2 drop, 20k attack, 5k combo. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, which is good. Self Awakener. There's the second Self Awakener for the Majin Buu archetype. 1 KO, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Okay, so so you could summon the other body, right? If he stays on the board, right? Turn 2, you swing with him. Self Awakener, you get a card. Turn 3, you summon the other Majin Buu that we just finished seeing. Activate the effect to pop this card. So now, if you don't want to attack your opponent's leader, so like that, he don't have to increase his hand size and be closer to Awaken. Use the effect of the other Majin Buu to pop this card, to rest a card on the board and to swing at that body instead of to his leader. So I see the little combo there. But like I said, you want to keep cards on the board. And the Majin Buu deck is really popping a lot of cards off the board, and that's not really good. So I guess you gotta swing with him first, and then use the effect of the other card. But the thing is, like, if you're playing against a deck that, like I said, blue. Right now, blue is the top color. They're gonna keep bouncing back the cards. If you're minimizing your board to 1 or 2 bodies on the board, you're gonna get your board wiped almost every single turn if blue feels like it. So I feel like this Majin Buu deck really has the potential to be strong. It's not aggro, but it's strong to build on combo power that you don't have to use cards off your hand or use energy markers or energy, period. But you're sacrificing your small bodies in order to build up a momentum to really hit hard at your opponent. But you're not gonna have bodies on the board, so I'm not sure how I feel where they're going with the Majin Buu. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it all depends on how you build the deck. Because right now, every set, we always have these conversations. Everybody, every YouTuber, Bandai itself, every tournament I've been to, everybody that you see talk about cards, they're always gonna tell you the negative. And then when the cards comes out, you know, they always end up swapping their opinions on, oh no, this card is definitely great. This deck is definitely great. Oh, now I understand how you're supposed to play this deck. So yeah. So right now, it's an okay card. Maybe it'll be a great card later, but we will have to see when the set drops and people start building their decks. Next up, Majin Buu Evil, another one. 3 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo, 1 KO, draw a card. Once per turn, KO up to one of your battle cards. So, yo, I honestly, I don't know where they're going with yellow with all this sacrificing bodies off the board. So I'm gonna have to see like thoroughly all these cards on play to see are you bringing the card, because we have two cards that came out for set three, right? That once you get like the Majin Buu with the barrier and the promotional Majin Buu 2 drop 20k. If they get KO'd, discard a card out your hand to bring them back in rest mode. But the thing is that you're sacrificing a card out your hand just to bring a body up the board, bring a body back to the board. So it's like, how am I supposed to feel about that? So now, okay, you could KO him, draw the card. So it's like a win-win situation because you're not losing anything if you're using the Majin Buu effect to discard a card out your hand to bring them back. But then when you KO this card from another effect, KO, and then you draw a card. But then at the same time, like if he gets KO'd by your opponent, granted you get to draw a card. But on your turn, he wants to KO a body off the board, which not understanding where this is going. So they kind of shifted on how they want to place yellow in the tier. So we're gonna have to see on the full set. Next one, Majin Buu Evil, another one. 3 drop, 25k attack, 5k combo. Activate on main once per turn. KO one of your opponent's battle cards. No, KO. I'm like hoping it says opponent's battle cards, but I definitely don't. It says KO one of your battle cards, draw a card. Then if your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, your opponent discard 1 card from their hand. Okay, so this card is definitely good because you get to draw and they get to discard. So now you're controlling their hand size and trying to manipulate them to having a smaller hand size, especially at the beginning of the game when we're just building up hand size. Unless you have cantrips that you're trying to like feed off on. But this is definitely a good card. But like I said, it's the concept of just keep popping over and over again your own cards to just get an effect going. Next up, another, oh well, it's the same card, the alternate, is the alternate full art of the card, which is a beautiful card. You guys gotta see this in a hollow. So Majin Buu Kid, 5 drop, 35k attack, 0 combo, double strike. So Majin Buu gets his own double strike, which I'm happy for. We haven't seen a new double strike. Last double strike we saw was the yellow Vegeta from set 1. Not the yellow Vegeta, yellow Frieza from set 1. Haven't seen a double strike ever again. On play, play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 4 or less, and Majin or Evil Wizard in a special traits from your hand. So now this is what I'm talking about. This is where it gets interesting, because now, yes, you're KOing bodies off the board, but this is actually helping you summon. So there will be a chain. So you can summon this to play a Majin Buu. Let's say you play the one that we just said just now. You summon that, KO a card, you draw, and I guess I think it's draw and then let me see. What was it again? Let's go back to it. So kill one of your opponent's draw a card, and then manipulate by discarding one card from your opponent's hand. So yeah, so there's a chain reaction to that. So this is definitely good that they got their own double strike, but this, I feel like this is definitely a game changer for yellow, for the Majin Buu. You could definitely use this card for both Majin Buu decks, because both Majin Buu decks needs the support. But this and you can summon an evil wizard. So I see a lot of support with this Majin Buu. Is actually helping out both decks, but I see more of the new Majin Buu actually getting the more support and more out of the effects of the cards than the set three Majin Buu. The alternate art to it, which is a beautiful alternate art. I'm loving it. Fingers crossed. I play yellow. Still not. I'm still not grasping on which color I want to play. It's either black or yellow. Been playing yellow for two whole sets. Play black in set three because of the Bardock. So I'm gonna have to wait and see until I get my case. So for everybody that's tuning in, if you guys are interested, 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away, November 15 is when the new set comes out. You can put the codes in. Hopefully, fingers crossed that they keep it that way. You can put the new codes in the game and in the client. And I will be doing a case opening that day. I'll be giving away codes for the game, set 4 codes if you guys need it, and hopefully I get the cards that I need so I can build my deck and go to tournaments and do what I gotta do and hit the regionals. And yeah, we just gotta have to wait and see how it goes. So if you guys are interested, November 15th, put it in your calendar. I will be doing a case opening that day. Next one, Majin Buu. Another Majin Buu kit, 3 drop, 30k swing, attack, 5k combo, permanent. This card can't be switched to active mode during your charge phase. Okay, so the only one that can actually get a benefit out of this, if we're going back to it, Frieza. Frieza gets to restand 2 at the end of the turn. You can restand his body, and now you know you got a 30k swing for your next turn, and your opponent can't even swing at him because he's not even on rest mode. But activate on main once per turn, KO one of your battle cards. If your leader has Majin in the special trait, switch this card to active mode. So another card that you have to pop one of your small bodies or anybody at this point to restand this card and get ready to load up again to swing again for 30k. Because on turn 3, to have a 30k body on the board already, that's going crazy. There's not going to be much bodies on the board for your opponent to restand, to protect, to block, to combo out. Because at turn 3, you're not summoning big bodies. This is a big body for turn 3. I'm not going to lie. And then to sacrifice a small body off the board, at turn 4, you can summon this. Summon a 1-drop first, use the effect of the 1-drop. Then summon this, swing. Then activate it again. And then if you want, you can swing again. He'll be on rest mode until next turn, but then you can swing twice if you want for the 1 turn with him. 30k swings on 1 turn goes crazy. Next one, Majin Buu, Pure Evil. 2-drop, 30k attack, 10k combo when attacking. At the end of the turn, at the end of the battle, KO this card. So this card is good for 1 swing and 1 swing only. But then at the same time, depending on the matchup that you're playing against, you could just have him sit on the board easily. 2-drop easily, just leave him there. Then if you want, summon the 3-drop barrier, Majin Buu, another card, swing with it, or just sit him there as well. But this card is definitely good. 10k combo, you're gonna need it. 30k swing, you're gonna need it. Especially if you're trying to get rid of these 25k swings that they got already on the board. Even in late games, 2-drop, you got 5-6 energies on the board. Summoning 2 to 3 of these guys, even though you're probably not gonna have that many of this in your deck, but 30k swing right now is a big factor, and that's not even comboing. They're gonna have to use 2 cards to combo out. They're gonna have to use a super combo or use an extra card that gives them the boost to out combo this card. So 30k swing, like I said, it's a big impact. So now I'm starting to see the Majin Buu cards, like the big picture of where they're going with this. So and if I'm not mistaken, the leader The leader effect is if one of the Majin Boos get popped off the board, he gets a restand. You swing with your leader first, swing with this, he gets popped, restand that energy or restand your leader again, you're swinging again. So you're putting so much pressure mid to late game that you're gonna burn a lot of your opponent's cards out their hand, and that's what you want to go for. That's definitely good. Next card, Hercule, one drop, 5k attack, 5k combo, cantrip, just on play, draw a card. I guess this is the one drop for the support of the Majin Buu deck. So I guess they don't want you to use the Sorbet, but they can still use the I forgot his name. Is the support of the Majin Buu one drop. There's a cantrip as well. South Supreme Kai, two drop, 20k swing, 5k combo. When KO'd, opponent's turn, switch up one of your energy to active mode. So this is definitely a good card if you want to restand a lot of energies. And I guess um, you could pop this card off of any of the Majin Buu effect, right? I'm trying to see how. See, you have to see the cards in person to actually see how this actually works. But I feel I see where they're going with this card to restand, especially on your opponent's turn. You could really just go use all your energies. If he gets popped off the board, well against blue he's getting bottom deck. He's only a two drop. But if he gets popped off the board, you can restand one of your energies and have a little bit more of a extra oomph to protect yourself on direct swings to your leader. Excuse me, or to your battle cards to the point that if you want to have bodies on the board or try to like re- um, protect yourself from power swings on you going down to like two lives and make some of the double swings. This is definitely a good card to have in your deck. But like I said, it's the 5k combo that I'm actually having a problem with because the Majin Buu support definitely have a lot of 5k combos that you know combo power is not on the Majin Buu side, especially when you need it. Next up is an extra card, Blind Spot Absorption. There's a one drop, activate on battle, opponent's turn. Your cards that are in battle gets 20,000 power for the turn. That's definitely so. This will be one of the cards that you can actually use with the other card that we just finished reading, the South Kai. So you'll restand energy to use this to protect yourself on another power swing. Also has a second effect that says activate battle, tap one, draw one, draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So yeah, this is definitely good because now you're controlling the board. Either you take the 20k for the swing that they're about to hit you with, or draw a card, then rest one of your opponent's battle cards so they don't have to continue swinging multiple times in that turn. So this is definitely a good card to have. If I honestly, you're gonna have to put at least 3 to 4 of these cards in your deck. This is definitely a card that you want to have because you have to protect yourself, especially like I said, this deck is built on a lot of KOs, and you're gonna need bodies on the board. And even if you do have bodies on the board, you want to protect those bodies on the board. So 20k boost on your opponent's turn is definitely good. Or rest combo out of one of your opponent's swings, and then rest the next body that they have, so that you don't have to take another swing, but then draw a card with it. So definitely something that you'll actually put in your deck 3 to 4 of the copies. Humanity's Destruction, two drop, activate on main, choose all rest mode battle cards with the cost of 2 or less and KO them. So this is actually all right. Um, I don't see how, if this would have been three or less, it would have been different. But two or less, I don't see that many cards that will actually stay on the board for this card to help. Probably one ofs to have in your deck. Um, when it comes to red, they only use negs cards and they don't really get rested, so it won't work on them. Blue, probably the peel offs, but it's on rest mode, so I don't see this card being good. If it would have been three or less, it would have been different because two or less, there's not that much bodies that will stay on the board at two or less in any color because they'll be probably being swung on or everything else. But for a two cost, I don't feel like this is definitely a good card. Maybe in the future, this is actually gonna be good, but not right now. Unless this is to use on yourself to activate certain effects, to like draw extra cards, rest one of your opponent's battle cards, discard a card from your opponent's hand. Like I get that, but I feel like this is not something that you'll play more than one of. Unsealed Martian, 2 drop. Another extra card. Activate your main, KO one of your battle cards with Evil Wizard and his special traits. Play up to one battle card with the cost of 3 or less and Margin and his special traits from your hand. So I guess any of your searchers that you have that we spoke about earlier, even from set 3, I guess use the effect, then play this. So you're basically summoning on curve 3 drop body on your on turn 2, which is definitely good. Depending on the certain matches that you're playing against. So there's definitely a good card to have. Um, but it all depends on how many of the evil wizards that you're actually playing. I say 2 most of that. Freeze a spaceship. So finding a card that's not for freeze for Majin Buu support. It's a field card, activate on main, switch this card to rest mode. If your leader has Frieza's army and his special traits, play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 2 or less, and Frieza's army and his special traits from your hand in rest mode. So 2 decks that this card is definitely going to be using this card, which be the Frieza deck and the Ginyu deck. If I'm not mistaken, I think Cooler is not a Frieza army. I think it's a Frieza clan, so it won't be able to use this card. But the Ginyu to be a floodgate deck already, to actually have this on the field and to summon an extra body for free, basically each turn, or 2 or less, goes crazy. So definitely see this being played in the Ginyu deck, but that's gonna be a headache because now you're giving them access because you got the Ginyu that if you have a certain amount of Ginyu force on the board, Frieza's army on the board, you have to restand 2 energies, restand the 2 energies to summon this, then rest this to summon an extra body, or even if you already have 2 energies up, you could summon your 2 drop from the restanding of 2 energies of Ginyu, and then summon this with the extra 2 energies, and then put this on rest to summon another Frieza army card. I can see where they're going with this. So it's definitely a good card to have. Not sure if you're gonna play 4 of these in the Ginyu deck, but I see the support. So alternate art, final explosion. This card is already out for set 3. It's definitely same for the Majin Buu. Both Majin Buu decks could use it. Any yellow deck could use this card. But this is, the support for the Majin Buu, which is activate main, choose all of your opponent's battle card with the cost of 3 or less, and switch them to rest mode. Then choose up to 2 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards for 4 or less and KO them. So this is definitely a game changer when this card came out for set 3. But there wasn't much of yellow support for yellow to compete for set 3, that I feel like when this card came out, it was definitely good because we didn't have a lot of destruction cards. we had a lot of like paralyzing off the board cards. So now to get destruction cards is actually good. So I see where this fits in the Majin Buu deck, like permanently to 3 to 4 offs, because you're wiping board. You're resting everything, popping two, and then just swinging at board. So you're not giving them cards from the energy, I mean from the life, and you're just gonna have them burn cards at their hand when you're swinging at them. So definitely a good art. I love the art. The art is beautiful. Next up, um, this is the last card, if I'm not mistaken, for yellow. We already spoke about this. I guess this is the promotional card that they're gonna be having. There's a full art gold King Goma from Diamond, the new anime series. Is definitely a good card. Like I said, is a self awakener. Um, and it's once per turn. Switch this card to active mode to swing again. 20k swings, so you can't go wrong with extra swing for the turn. Um, so I guess that should be it for the set of yellow. Let's see. For the set of yellow, yeah, that's the last card. So that's yellow for you guys. If you guys are interested in playing yellow, I will, me personally, I will be trying out yellow because yellow and black are my two colors that I like to play. The Majin Buu, the new Majin Buu cards, I'm definitely gonna be trying out. So definitely, if you guys are interested, that's all the yellow cards that already came out. But at the same time, look into the old set 1, 2, and 3 cards, yellow cards, to see what you want to put into the deck as well. I feel like it still needs support from the previous sets, because playing all full of set 4 only, you're not gonna go far. You're gonna hit a lot of bricks. You're gonna hit a lot of turns that you're not gonna be able to do anything, and those are the turns that you really need to do something to tip the scales in the battle. So that's definitely it for yellow. So if you guys like yellow, I suggest you guys play yellow. But we definitely have other colors we gotta talk about. Um, yeah. So next up, we're gonna go with black. My next color that I like to play. See it loaded up? Yes, it loaded up. Okay. So for black, the leader is Baby Vegeta. This is the regular form. When attacking, draw one card, which is standard or self-awakening. 4 or less, draw a card and awaken. And this is the awaken side, 20k swing, permanent. You can also use rest mode battle cards with Brainwash or Machine Mutant in their special traits and combos. And you get to draw a card when you swing it. So this is good. We haven't had a leader that actually does this effect, that you can actually use combo cards that's on rest mode. So right now off rip, just listening and reading this card, right? For everybody that's actually tuning in, you're using cards, battle cards off the board to combo, right? That's on rest mode. But do you really want to do that? Is the question. So hopefully they do have cards that on rest mode. If you combo out, you get to use the effect that they have. But you're wiping off your board just to use them as a combo, which kind of sucks because now you're minimizing your board when they have a board. So what is the game plan on that? So we're just gonna have to see what kind of support Baby has. But I'm really all for it with this new leader and its special effect. So this is the alternate art version, which looks amazing. I love the color. I love how the awaken and the 20k pops. If you guys haven't seen it, you go on their Twitter page and then you'll see the hollow version of this card. This card looks amazing hollow. So hopefully, fingers crossed in my case, I get to pull this card because I definitely want to try Baby. The effect looks amazing. It's giving me the Bardock vibes that it has its own archetype and build up on it. The only difference is that Bardock didn't have much of a strong support. So let's see if from what I've seen, they didn't come out with anything that supports Bardock for this set. Hopefully on the next one, but we'll see what happens. with maybe we'll find cards in this set that's coming out that actually gonna help bring Bardock a little bit more of a boost, because Bardock by itself right now is strong. Starter deck wise, with the support that came out, is definitely strong. So the first card that we're going to talk about is the Grade 8 Baby 4-drop 30k swing 0 combo. I guess this is the boss monster for Baby. On play, play up to one battle card with the cost of 2 or less from your hand. So what you be sacrificing on turn 6, you're actually doing on turn 4. That you're summoning 2 bodies for the cost of 4. Total of 6 energies. You're summoning them on turn 4, which is good, depending on what you're summoning. The good thing about this is it's not even telling you, and it's not specifying that it has to be a Machine Mutant or a Brainwash battle card. It just says battle card, period. So you could definitely use, if you want to be smart about it, if you want to try it out, you could use this in the other black card decks. SS4 Goku deck, you can use this in a Bardock deck, but you have to be mindful as well that right now a 4-drop better card to this is a 30k swing, is the SS4 Goku. You get to the energy marker and you get to draw each turn that you use an energy marker, and it gives you energy marker every time you swing. So it won't be helpful to take one of those out to summon this. I mean, to put this in your deck. And if you add this card, plus you already have 4 of the other SS4 Gokus, you gotta be mindful that you're adding so many 0 combos into your deck. And I already said it like 1,000 times. You need combo power in order to survive, like late games. Especially when everybody's trying to go for game and swings at 110 combo, you don't want to go to that. So when attacking, choose up to one battle card with a cost of 3 or less and place it into your owner's combo area. So you might win the combo, you might win the swing, right? It's 3 or less. Most decks plays a lot of the 3 or less, granted. So if you swing, right, 30k, you might be putting yourself in a position that 3 drop or less, comboing on the body that you're swinging with, right? Or even if you're swinging against the leader, you're taking one of the 3 drops off the board. But then at the same time, you're giving them an extra combo power for them to negate, not negate, to deflect the swing that you're about to swing. So you're wiping board, but then at the same time, you're giving them an extra card to combo with. Because maybe the card that they have on the board, they don't need it anymore, and they don't want to use a card out their hand. But you're basically just giving them an extra combo card from technically not even using a card on the board. So now they're not even touching their hands in order to combo. It's a good card for the Baby, but yeah, like I said, it all depends on how this archetype is built on. There's the alternate art version of it, which is beautiful. I like it. Looks fire. Yeah, I definitely like this. Hopefully, I could pull this card. This is for the Baby. This is definitely a 4-off to have in your deck, because you gotta have the big bodies. The only iffy part is a 4-drop, and you definitely gotta be mindful on that. That going against blue is definitely gonna bounce this back on with Sickle or with Zeno. Yo, Eddie, what up, Brody? How's everything with you? This card is from the new Dalma series, Glorio, 4-drop, 25k attack, 10k combo. This is a card that I was really interested in into putting into the Bardock deck. One, because it's a 25k swing and it's a 10k combo, so 10k is a must to have. I love it. I love 10ks when it comes to my Bardock deck. I know a lot of people's gonna be like, yo, that's not even gonna be relevant in the deck, but you have to understand where this card is coming from. Permanent. If you or your opponent has an energy marker, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 2. So you can summon this and turn 2. You could turn this card into turn 2, right? But it's still a 4-drop. So you can't, you're going against blue, they came in bottom deck this card. Because it's only on summon that's a 2-drop. But your opponent is going to try to bottom deck it. And you have to use Sickle to bottom deck this card. And it's a 25k swing on a turn 2. Then on play, if your opponent has an energy marker, draw 1 card. So if you're going first, right, he's already summoned on turn 2, and you get to draw a card while you swing it for 25, even if you have a card on the board or not. So it's definitely a good card. I would test it out. I know for sure I'll probably test out at least 2 of these into the Bardock deck. You could definitely put this into the SS4 Goku deck if you want to. The only thing that these black leaders have their their archetypes that supports the leader itself. So you'll be going off script just having these cards in your deck, but sometimes you have to go off script just to build your deck stronger than what it is. You understand? Yo, what up, bro? Yeah, you already know I'm up to this bag. Alright, next up. Super U is the next card. 3-drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Activate on main once per turn. If your opponent doesn't have an energy marker, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 5 or less and KO it. Then your opponent places 1 energy marker. So you get to pop a card off the board, right? But then you're giving them an energy marker. Do you want to do that? But honestly, I'd rather take the L on that, because a 5k or less, cost of 5 or less to KO it, yeah, I'm taking that. You can have the energy marker, but I get to pop your double strike if you have one on the board. Or even Purus, if they have still something, Purus 5-drop, and he's already on the board, crit leader, pop that off the board as well. The Jirens use this card, and hopefully you got another card that gets a pop a card off the board. That's the secondary pop. The Jiren gets to get popped off the board, because you can't pop him off on the first turn. I mean the first KO. He gets popped off the second KO. So just imagine, you use a card to pop, or maybe use this twice on turn 6. Summon 2 of these 20k swings, but then at the same time, Jiren on turn 6, he's already awakened, most likely, and he's already at 25. So yeah, it's kind of iffy when it comes to this card. So we're gonna have to see how this card is gonna function, supporting one of the 3 leaders of Blacks. Next up, Super Sigma. 2-drop, 25k swing, 10k combo. This is one of the cards that's going to be for baby support. On play, if you have less than 3 cards with Machine Mutant in your special traits in your drop, KO this card. So you only get, not even, you can't even do anything. You can't even play this card. This is a late game swing. It's definitely a good card because 10k combo. You can use him at the beginning of the game for the 10k combo. But you can't really summon him, because on turn 2, you will not have, sorry about that, you will not have 3 cards Machine Mutant in your grave. It's not going to happen. Unless you comboing early, which people early game is not comboing. Especially if you're playing black. You want to awaken on black to use their special effect. Because black, they're good on their standard side, but the awakened side is where you want to be at when it comes to black leaders. So the next up is Super Baby number 1, 3-drop, 20k attack, 0 combos. On play, play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 2 or less and Brainwash or Machine Mutant and its special traits from your hand. Auto. Once per turn, when a card is used in a combo from your battle area while this card is in battle, draw a card. So this is definitely good because the leader effect, you special you you can special summon off the 4 drop, right? But once your leaders awaken, you can start using rest mode battle cards to combo. You combo one, you get to draw a card. So basically, you're you're increasing your hand size because of the effect of this card. But then at the same time, you're special summoning on play a 2 drop. So you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. Not understanding why would this be a 0 combo, but I guess it's because the secondary effect, which is once per turn, you get to draw a card when you're comboing out. But this is definitely going to be a good card to be using. This is the alternate art version, which is fire. I definitely like the artwork on this. It definitely gives me the demon vibes of red. It's definitely like a red card, but it's definitely not. But this is definitely going to be a 4 of the 4 drop grade 8 4 of this one 3 drop 4 of. But then you got to be mindful they're all 0 combos. You got to be careful on how you building your deck. You maybe want to use 3 of the grade 8, but then 3 of these or 4 of these or vice versa, however you want to do it. Next up, for the GT set 3 leader, we have support for 4 drop 30k swing, 5k combo permanent. If your leader is Sun Goku GT and this card has 45,000 power or more, this card gets double strike. So it's easily to get your this card to 45 because the leader itself, his effect on a regular, using a regular energy, you go up 10k, so that'll put you at 40, then 5k combo. Or if you use an energy marker, you have a boost of 15, so he'll be at 45, and it's a permanent. So he'll stay to 45 until your next turn because the later effect, it's up to your next turn, so your opponent's end turn. So on your turn and your opponent's turn, he stays at 40 or 45 depending on the energy that you're using. So that's one thing that you gotta be mindful of as well. So having it, I'm liking that, Sun Goku having their own image because Sun Goku GT right now is using the Bardock as a double strike. So now they don't need to use the double strike anymore and just use this. So it's giving them their own personal image because right now for set 3, it was a similarity of the deck building when it comes to Bardock and SS4 Goku. So now coming out with this card that takes away you using the 5-drop Bardock double strike when you can have a 4-drop double strike. The only thing that's kind of going to be iffy is when you're going against blue, blue will bottom deck this if they have the right cards and the right tools to put this at 3 or keep it at 4, still bottom deck, and or use the Xeno to wipe everything off the board. So definitely a good card. Next up, some Goten GT 2-drop 15k swing, 10k combo auto. This is another brainwash card for the baby. Auto your turn. When this card is used in a combo from the battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 4 or less and return it to his hand. So now you're manipulating the board that you're returning cards to the hand. You can definitely use this in rest mode. So he's only going to be swinging early game until your opponent's leader is active because he's only a 50k swing, 2-drop. But at the same time, 10k combos is going to be a full effect because you swing with him, he's on rest mode. Now you got an extra 10k combo, not even coming from your hand, it's coming from the board itself that you could just use as an effect. So your opponent has to choose either swing at this, which I hardly doubt he's gonna do, and then try to like swing at your leader, but you're sacrificing a swing to go against the board in order to, try to wipe the board clean. Even though it's a two drop bottom deck or whatever the case may be. But definitely a good card to have. Kind of iffy on how much of these copies you'll be using. Probably two will be max. I'm not even gonna lie, two will be max. But then at the same time, the effect is so good because you're bouncing back four or less. So, and that's basically every single deck except green. Four or less, everybody plays. You're going against black, mirror match, but return the SS4 Goku. For red, the Jiren. The blue, um, well, blue, you don't want to bounce anything back to the hand, so you gotta be you gotta be careful on that one. So, but the yellow, bounce back the Goku as his, the Sun Goku, the four drop, the Majin Vegeta, the Majin Buu, the new Majin Buu coming out. So definitely just bouncing back a lot of stuff. So definitely a good card to have. Next up, Soul Gohan GT. Another brainwash card, 2 drop, 15k attack, 10k combo. So I guess these are the cards that you want to just build up on the board to protect you on power swings and then use their effect on when they're getting comboed out. So when this card is using a combo from your battle area, draw a card. That's definitely good. Then during this turn, the next time you use an extra card, with the cost of 2 or less from your hand, you don't have to pay the cost. That is great. Depending on the card that they're talking about to use out of 2 cards, that is amazing to do. So like, let's just say the 10k Kamehameha, right? You could use 2 of those to wipe board. So like, let's just say if they have a flood board playing against red, you're popping 3 to 4 bodies off the board off of just this effect and not even using 2 energies. So that is amazing. And plus at the same time you get to draw a card. So why not draw a card for it? So definitely a good card. So yes, it's a 15k swing. It's only good for early game before they awaken. But the effect is so good. 2 cards already that's so good. And it's a 10k combo. So using the effect of the leader to use rest mode battle cards that's on rest mode to combo, you're swinging 30k plus no matter what. Can't go wrong with that. Let's see what's the next card. Dr. Miyu, another card for Dr. Miyu, Machine Mewing, which is support for Baby. 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 non-Dr. Miyu card with the cost of 4 or less, and Machine Mutant and its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the card, bottom of your owner's deck in a random order. So searches are definitely good. I would definitely use this as a searcher. 4-offs maybe, depending on how much support do we have and how many spots we have to fill in for the baby deck, but this is definitely good to get searchers. Next up, Trunks GT, 2 drop, another brainwash, 20k swing. Finally, this is definitely a card that you want to do 4 of. Let's see what the effect is. 5k combo. Auto, when this card is using a combo from the battle area, add up to 2 non-Trunks GT battle cards with the cost of 4 or less and brainwash or machine urine and the special traits from the drop to your hand. So now you got recycling. So you got bounce backs, you got draws, and you recycle from your discard pile. Or for 3 cards. This baby deck sounds sick. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, you're going to have a lot of small bodies just swinging the hell out of your opponent and then combo out of it, right? To use their special effect to bounce back, to draw a card, or even to recycle cards from your graveyard to bring it back to your hand. 2 at that. So, come on. They already know what they're doing with Baby. Baby's definitely going to be the deck that I'm going to be using next deck. Next set. The Majin Buu I'm still iffy about because I'm trying to understand why they have so much of the popping, self-popping. But Baby right now is looking really strong with the beginning of the game. These are all beginning games. Let's see what the mid and the late games look like. when it comes to their battle cards. So next up will be to drop Trunks GT 20k 5k combo. So this is the card that I said that if I'm gonna play and continue playing Bardock, this card goes with every black deck that we have. SS4 Goku, the baby, and the Bardock, because of its his effect permanent on your opponent's turn. If you have an energy marker, your non-Trunks GT battle cards can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills. So not everybody on board while this card is on board has barrier. You can't neg, um you cannot neg, you can't KO, you can't bounce back, you can't do anything. You have to you gotta remove him first off the board, then do whatever you want to do for the rest of the cards on the battlefield. So if you're trying to swing out, like swinging for him, try to combo out, just imagine having this on the board with baby, and then use the effects of the first three cards that I said, comboing out, and then you draw a card, then you bounce cards, then you recycle two cards off the. That's crazy. Just to protect this card, you have the resources to protect this card, or for the first three cards. And this is not even a brainwash card either. It's just a regular Trunks GT, and it's a Self Awakener as well. 2-drop 20k. So I already see it. Black baby is going to be a problem. That's a card you gotta run 4 of, hands down. You gotta do it. Next up, alternate art. Definitely is the alternate art that I want from the Trunks. It's a beautiful art. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to have it. So next is another mutant, Machine Mutant, Nezzy. 1-drop, 15k swing, 5k combo, auto. When this card is used in a combo from the battle area, play 1 Super Sigma with the cost of 2 from your hand. So now you combo out to special summon another battle card on the field. Super Sigma was one of the first cards that we read about. Don't really remember what the card does, but if you're bringing it back on the board, that means it's definitely a card that you want to have on the board. So it's a special summon on the board. I see where they're going with this. How many of these cards I will play? Not sure, because 5k combo, 50k swing, that means you're only going to be using that at the beginning of the game. It's definitely not, card that you want to be playing 3 or 4s. Next up will be Hyper Meta Rildo. Rildo from GT is in the game. 3-drop, 25k swing, 5k combo. Finally, we're going to the mid-range of this deck. And right now, starting off with the swing wise, 25k is definitely great. 3 cost. On play, if you have a Super Sigma in your drop, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 3 or less and return it to his hand. That is crazy. Make sure you have that Super Sigma on your grave to use this guy's effect, because that's bouncing back without even doing anything. Auto, when this card is used in a combo from the battle area, play up to 1 Meta Rildo with a cost of 4 from your hand. Alright, so you're summoning this mid-range battle card to use it as a combo to summon another mid-range battle card. If you guys remember, set 3 came out with Dotaki 3-drop. If you use energy marker to summon that, you could draw 1 card, and then you can summon the 4-drop Lou, which is a 30k swing, vanilla, 10k combo. If this card is what is doing the same thing as the Dotaki, this card is a problem. And the crazy part is that the Lou and the Dotaki belong in this deck as well, because they both machine. No, not Dotaki is not a machine Mion, but Lou is. So I know for a fact you gotta have that. Those 2 cards belong in this deck, hands down, because at turn 3 to summon 2 bodies and one of them is giving you a draw. Come on, you got, and it's a 10k combo. Can't go wrong with that. So for Pan GT, one drop, 10k attack, 10k combo. I guess this is for Goku. On play, choose one of your Sun Goku GTs, and it gets 5,000 power for the turn. Then, if you have an energy marker, that card gets 5,000 power for the turn. So, if you don't use an energy marker, you're giving it 10k. So, let's just say you have the leader. It's not even saying not the leader. You can use it on the leader, you can use it on the 3-drop, Sun Goku, you use it on the 4-drop, Sun Goku, well, both 4-drops, because you have the one that gives you an energy marker, and on play, because it has a 5k combo boost, and then the other one is actually on swing. You got an energy marker and draw if you use the energy marker. So 2 cards we already seen that give support to Sun Goku, which maybe at this point kind of tips the scale against Bardock being the best black deck. Um, definitely, definitely something that you want to run 2 to 3 of when it comes to this card, especially when it's a 10k combo. Can't go wrong with that. Another Machine Mutant, Bizu, 1-drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. I see the small bodies. When this card is using a combo from the battle area, play up to 1 Super Sigma with the cost of 2 from your hand. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now, and it's kind of iffy when it comes to Black Baby, you're summoning a lot of cards from your hand, and you're comboing a lot of cards from your battle area. So you're wiping off the board, you're drawing 1 card, and then you're recycling 2 from the thing, from your discard pile, on top of summoning, especially summoning 2 drops off the hand. So you're doing a cycle of chains that maybe you gotta play this deck right, or you're gonna end up losing a lot of hand size, and a lot of cards off the board is gonna be wiped out. So your opponent might be manipulating you on doing certain things for you to not have protection for the late game. So you got to be mindful of how you're going to build this deck, because now it's starting to look like a lot of these cards you have to like special summon. And it's not like you're special summoning big body, you're special summoning 2 drops, which is easily to get popped off the board, nagged off the board, bounce back off the board. So you got to be mindful of how you're going to build this deck. Deck still looks strong, but you got to be mindful of how you're going to build it. Another 2-drop, Bella GT, 2-drop, 10k combo, 10k attack. On play, Self Awakener. Definitely need Self Awakeners for the baby, and it's a brainwash, so you already know. Auto, when this card is used in a combo from the battle area, if your leader has Machine Mutant in his special traits and you don't have an energy marker, you place an energy marker. You're giving this, yo, I'm not gonna lie, all these combo powers that they're having, what is the purpose of using super combos at this point? You don't even need super combos for the baby. If you're gonna continue going with the concept of using cards off the board to super combo, these are small bodies that are gonna be irrelevant. They're only good for their auto effect. They're not even good for swinging. So using them for 10k combos and everything else, but then at the same time you gotta think about it. If you're playing against blue, they're gonna bounce this back, so you lose the combo effect. But against red, this could get nagged. Maybe could get nagged, depending when turn 2. I doubt they'll have something to nag this. Turn 3, yes, because they have the 3-drop going on that next -15, so they'll be, if they swing, they'll be off the board. So I see some of these cards staying on the board, and some not staying on the board, depending on how your opponent wants to play. So I already see, once this deck comes out, a lot of people's gonna have a hard time trying to like see how to play against it. But once they get the hang of it, this deck is not gonna be like as strong as Bardock is. That's my opinion. I still feel like Bardock is hands down the best black leader because of the effect. But SS4 Goku just finished getting 2 cards that supports only Son Goku. So Baby might be at the tipping scale of seeing how the mid and the late game of this deck is gonna look. Because right now they're showing us a lot of beginning stage game. So let's see how it goes. This is on curve at that. So on curve to you get an energy marker, it's definitely good. This is the super combo, Vegeta GT. You already know, offense 10, defense 20k combo. It's not much to talk about. Then you have Baby Vegeta 2 drop, 20k attack, 10k combo, vanilla, Machine Mutant. So on the effect of the baby leader and the 4 drop, you could definitely use this card. Honestly, I would definitely play this card because from what it looks like, this deck support is not that many 20k swings, and that's what you need. So don't be surprised to use this deck, and you'll be using this card because I know the way it's going right now with the support that Baby has. I would definitely run at least 2 to 3 of these. 4 offs is kind of excessive, but 2 or 3, I feel like you could definitely put up with. Baby Possessed Boy form, 1 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo, Machine Mutant. Auto, when this card is used in a combo from the battle area, if the leader is a Machine Mutant, and his special traits play up to 1 battle card with the cost of 2 and Brainwash in his special traits, or up to 1 Baby Vegeta with the cost of 2 from your hand, then you can play battle cards for the turn. Okay, this card is definitely gonna be a 4 because you're special summoning off on a 1 drop. Combo, you basically could summon on your first turn, right? If you're going second, on your first turn to swing, energy marker, summon, not the energy marker, your regular energy, summon this, attack with your leader, combo, special summon, 2 drop. Just let it sit there. Then the next turn you're summoning another 2 drop or 3 drop if you want to use the energy marker. So you're really going aggro with this card. You gotta play 4 of these. I'm surprised that this is a combo card, but this is a 4. I don't care what nobody says. Next up, Metavildo. This is the card that we was waiting for. Mid-range, 4 drop, 30k swing, 5k combo. I guess this is the boss for baby, for the baby. It's a blocker. Wow, it's a blocker. 30k swing. That's crazy. When KO, switch 1 field in your battle area to rest mode. Play this card from its owner drop. So that means we have a field card for this deck. Decks don't have things to wipe field cards off the board right now that they're playing. So to switch this to rest mode on KO, this is like the 3 drop Majin Buu from set 3. Instead of using a card from your hand to discard to special summon it again in rest mode, you're just switching your field card to rest mode to special summon this guy again, to special summon this guy in rest mode. And it's a blocker. A 30k blocker goes crazy. Playing 4 of these, and it's a 5k combo. So at least you could play 4 of these and not worry about combo power. So this is definitely a good card. Definitely a good card. Another Machine Mutant, Ribbit or Rybat, however you want to pronounce it. 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. Auto, when this card is using a combo from the battle area, play up to 1 Super Sigma with the cost of 2 from your hand. So a lot of these cards are actually pushing for the Super Sigma to be special summoned. So I guess the Super Sigma you have to run 4 offs because you have so many cards that specifying that specific card. So Super Sigma, we'll have to look back on it to see what it does again, because I read so many black cards that you could definitely gonna have to use 4 of those. Activate on main, switch the card into rest mode, draw a card, then discard 1 card. Okay, so that's definitely good. on the effect of you have cards that when you use them on combo, you can bring back cards to your hand. So definitely, you're not technically discarding a card from your hand because you're going to be recycling it again due to the effect of certain cards that once you use them on combo from the board, recycle two cards from your discard pile. Next up, General Rildo, 2 drop, 20k swing, 5k combo, on play, Self Awakener. So there's a second Self Awakener um, that we have for a baby, which is good. That means you're gonna have to play 4 of both of them because you need Self Awakeners. Um, a lot of people don't like playing Self Awakeners, but you have to because there's a lot of opponents that you'll play against that will force you to Self Awaken yourself. And if you don't have Self Awakeners, by the time you awaken on your opponent's turns, you don't even have the hand. You won't even be having the hand size for it to protect them, to protect yourself from all the power swings that you're about to get hit with. Auto, when this card is used in the combo from the battle area, play up to 1 Hyper Meta Rildo with a cost of 3 from your hand. So crazy part is, you summon this, swing, combo, summon the 3 drop. If I'm not mistaken, the 3 drop is on combo, you special summon the 4 drop, 30k. So that chain is sick. You're summoning on, you're summoning, you're gonna burn your cards out your hand. But think about it. Late game, summon this 2 drop, swing. Then swing with leader, combo this. Use the effect to special summon the 3 drop. The 3 drop swings. If you have another body on the board, combo as well. And then that gets to summon the 4 drop blocker. That is crazy. You're about to have 4 swings in one turn off of just a 2 drop body. That's crazy. Free at that. You're getting free swing right now. So this is the field card that the boss card was talking about. The new planet Tuffle. 1 drop field card. Activate a main. Discard 1 card from your hand. Switch this card to rest mode. If your leader has Machine Mutant in a special trait to draw a card. Okay, so this is what I was waiting for to see. Because this archetype really burning cards off the field to combo or even to use cards out your hand, right? Because you're special summoning. Now your hand size getting smaller. So having this on the board is actually good. So 4 of these is definitely a must because you get to draw a card. Yes, you discard a card from your hand, but you get to recycle a card. You get to draw a card. So depending on what you're discarding, it could probably be in your beneficial state that if you combo with the trunks that you combo, you get to bring back 2 cards that's non-trunks to your hand from your discard pile. So you're basically recycling cards from your hand, from whatever you discarded from using this effect to losing 1 card to gain 2. It's not that bad. So I feel like this is definitely a good field card to use. So now we're going to the extras. The Super Galagon, 2 drop. Your card that are in a battle gets 25k power for the battle. Then if you have a card in your combo area, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less and return it to his hand. Yo, this is crazy. That's crazy. Because you have, I forgot which black card that says you could play a 2 cost for free, right? You could play this for free and bounce a card back to the hand 3 or less, and you get 25k boost either to protect a swing from your opponent or just go all aggro on one of your opponent's battle cards or the leader for them to burn cards out your hand. You can't go wrong with that. You definitely can't. This is definitely a card you gotta run in baby. Probably 3 or 4 offs, honestly. Another extra card, Revenge Death Ball, 2 drop. Another card you can play for free depending on the card that you're using. If you have 3 or more battle cards with Brainwash or Machine Mutant in their special traits in your drop, your leader with Machine Mutant in his special traits gets 5,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. And it's activate on main. Okay, I don't like this card. If it would have been activate on battle, even activate on battle, only 5k. You're asking for me to have 3 bodies on the board, and all you're gonna give me is 5k for a 2 cost. Maybe to be free, maybe it's not gonna be free, but it's a 2 cost. You could do something else better than this. So I feel like this card is kind of weird, especially it's saying activate on main. Why would I want to activate on main this card? This how actually would be better on battle, but you know, I'm not the one that made the card. So this is the alternate art of the 10 times Kamehameha. We already have this card. This card is so beautiful. I can't wait to get my hands on this. But definitely, this is definitely a beautiful card. The alternate arts that they have for this set looks amazing. And I'm liking that they're coming out with alternate art cards for the old sets, one of each. So it makes it kind of interesting. And I like it. I definitely like it a lot. Last but not least, gold card. We already saw this card. I feel like this card should be in every black deck because you can manipulate summoning this instead of 4. You can summon it on 2 because it only needs one of you guys have an energy marker, and for a fact one of you guys gonna have the energy marker. So 25k swing on a 2-drop gold is definitely good. And then you get to draw a card if your opponent has an energy marker. So you can't go wrong with that. So I think that's it for black. Let's see. Yeah, that was the last card for black. So hopefully you guys like the cards that drop for black. Hopefully you guys try it out. I'm definitely gonna try out Baby, because Baby look like it's gonna be one of those decks that you have to like test run a lot, because you don't know the ratio of the cards of each card to how much you're gonna be playing of. So definitely gonna be good to test out a lot. But yeah, that goes black. I'm gonna take a quick break, guys, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. I just gotta take a quick water break. Alright, we back. We're back, baby! Alright, so the next color we're gonna be talking about is the red. So we spoke about yellow, we spoke about black. Let's go into red. So red, let's go. So for red, we have Son Goku, 15k attack, uh, on swing standard, draw one card. But the difference is that he awakens at 3. So let's see what the awaken side looks like. Awaken side is 20k, which is I kind of find it weird because you actually got him awakening at 3. But all right, 20k swing. Activate on battle once per turn. Choose up to one battle card in the battle area, and this card's original power become the same as that card's power for the battle. Okay, so you basically manipulating on how you want to use this card's effect. So let's just say if your opponent got a double strike, 35k swing, he swings at 35. Here's this effect. Oh, he doesn't go on flipping? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, you do not draw. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. So you don't draw on awaken, you don't draw on swing. I hope this archetype gives this guy draw power, or you're gonna be playing a lot of cantrips. That's guaranteed for a fact. There's no way that you cannot draw in none of these faces. No, that is insane. Wow, that is crazy. First of all, you making me awaken at 3 at that. Too close to game. What if I'm at 4, my opponent goes on double strike mode on 35? So that puts me, if I can't protect myself on that swing, I go down to 2. And if I don't wipe that up, my double strike from my opponent's side of the field, then it's game for me for next turn. What? What? Nah, we not doing that. Yes, you could copy the 35k swing, but you can only copy the base of the swing. You can't copy the combo. You can copy the base, like if your opponent uses glimpse or your opponent uses, cards that boosts up the swing. That's their base swing. So he gets to manipulate and mirror the swing, but it can't mirror combo power. So that's kind of iffy on going to awaken at 3. I don't know. Then you can't draw. Oh my god, you could really manipulate the hand size to your opponent with this leader. It's like you're playing against a crit leader. You already know what you're supposed to do against crit. So this is the alternate version. I like it. I like the art. Let's see what the awaken side. The awaken side looks amazing. If you guys have not seen it, the hollow, because this don't show the hollow, so it looks like kind of standard, but the hollow version of this card looks amazing. But let's see how this deck is. The effect is amazing, but for you not to draw is kind of crazy. That means 8 slots of your deck is gonna be cantrips, and that's a no-no. You're not. I feel like that's a no-no, honestly. First card is the Whis combo. You already know, offense 10, defense 20k combo, which is fine. It's not that bad. So the first battle card is Obuni, 3-drop, 20k swing, 10k combo on play. Play up to 1 Obuni with 20k power or less from your hand. Then you can't play Obuni for the turn. So basically, you could, on turn 3, you can summon 2 of these. That's not bad, honestly. But like I said, There's a draw power problem right now. That's all I gotta say. This is crazy. I don't even remember this character. Universe 10? I don't remember this character in Tournament Power. But I get it. I get the on play. You could special summon another one of these, and then you can't summon anymore. Having two 20k swings, which is not that bad. But let's see. Let's see how. I don't think that's a card people actually play. Golden Frieza, 3-drop, 20k attack, 5k combo, permanent. On opponent's turn, this card gets 10,000 power. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 15 power or less and KO it. Okay, so on play, early game, I get it. And if you're negging, Obuni is more for Tapu because of top trait. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see where you're coming from with that. But that's if people actually want to play Tapu. Because after they neg Tapu's core cards, supposedly core cards, a lot of people don't be playing Tapu. Everybody's on Jiren flow, Jiren this, Jiren that. And depending on this cards, so the first card with the opponent's turn, he's a 20k, but then he goes to 30. So it's gonna be hard to take this card out the board, and you want to take this card off the board on swings. So I get this card is definitely could be good. It's just how many will you be playing of this into your deck? Shansa, 2-drop, 20k swing, 5k combo, permanent. This card can be KO'd by your opponent's skill. I don't know how I feel about this card. 2-drop, 20k. Can be killed by a skill, but people's gonna be swinging at this 20. I feel like you have other options that you could use for the 2-drop. I'm not sure if people's gonna be playing this card. Like, I get it. Can be killed by opponent's skill, but I don't know. I don't feel like this card is really gonna be a big impact to red right now. As of right now, there's too many other cards that you can actually play for 2-drops. I don't feel like this is actually gonna help. The Jiren 6-drop. Okay, Jiren got his own boss. Jiren 6-drop, 40k swing, 0 combo, permanent. This card can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill. Okay, this becomes a real big problem once you go to turn 6. Because to wipe him off the board clean on swings, that's going to be a problem. He's already at 40. On play, if your leader has Pride Troopers and his special traits and your opponent's life is at 2 or more, you take 1 damage, then deal 1 damage to your opponent. So if I'm at 3, he puts me down to 2. If I'm at 2, he puts me down to 1. And he's about to go crazy, just dump hand for this card. And depending what he has on the board, he's going to probably go small numbers and swing 20k off rip, depending on what leader you're using. Then this card is good. This is definitely good for Jiren. This is what Jiren really needed for his deck for endgame. Next up is Shin, 1-drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. On play, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, then reveal up to 1 card with Universe 7 and the special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your opponent's deck. Okay, so this card, I see it being used on the U7 deck because it's based on U7s. The set 1 leader. You could probably use it on Top Cool if you feel like it, depending on what are you playing. But the categorizing of the U7 trait kind of makes it kind of difficult on what deck could this could fill in on. Shin Mini. This is from the Dalma, the new manga, not the new manga, the new anime. I don't know if you guys watched episode 3. Definitely go on it. I definitely, after the stream, I will be watching episode 3. Good show. So far, so good. So it's a 1-drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. Activate main. Place this card into your owner's drop. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000. Um, I feel like we have the Whis that does this already. I feel like there's the Whis version, like the new version of it. It's like a reprint basically. Um, well, I don't really see this being like a game changer. Is either going to use this or Whis. Which one are you going to use? You want to use this because it's a cool card. It's one of the new versions of it, or will you go back to the Whis? For newcomers, you're gonna end up playing this card because if it comes out in the one of the boxes, you're gonna definitely gonna play this card. But at the same time, it's a rare card, so fingers crossed you can actually get a full set of this. Next up, Android 17, one drop, 15k attack, 0 combo, permanent. Opponent's turn. If your leader is awakened, this card gets 10,000 power. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this card because yes, you're giving me a boost on my opponent's turn, but he has to be awakened. On awakened side, 4 costs, 5 costs. Your opponent's already probably awakened already, so 15k you'll have to combo. Then he's gonna combo. You're gonna be combo. Just not a good card. And then it's a 0 combo. Not a good card. I'm sorry. It's not a good card. Maybe it would have been a 20k. It's different. Because they're already saying your opponent has to be awakened. No, you have to be awakened. But by the time you awaken, you got a 70-30 chance your opponent is already awakened as well. Next card, Zeno. 6 drop. Another 6 drop for red. This is the first set that they actually have 6 drops. Red never has whatchamacallit, 6 drops. So I'm happy for red to have 6 drops now. 6 drop, 25k attack, 10k combo. On play, choose all battle cards other than this card, and it gets minus 25 power for the turn. So it's like the blue Zeno. The only thing is 25k. On turn 6, this is actually going to help out a lot on your case. I'm trying to neg a lot of battle cards off the board against your opponent. But you have to read this card carefully when it says choose all battle cards. That means your cards is getting negged as well. So if you're trying to swing, I guess try to swing. I don't know if you want to swing first with your cards first, or swing after. But even if you swing after, it's minus 25. Where are you gonna go against swinging towards your opponent? You're probably wiping a lot of cards off the board, but then at the same time, like sheesh, minus 25 goes crazy on both sides of the field. So it's definitely a good card, but not to run a full set of. And especially you don't want to load up your deck with 6 drops either. It's a 10k combo, yeah, granted, but I feel like you could get out the 10k combos from other cards as well. Next card is Son Goku, 4 drop, 30k swing, 5k combo, permanent. Opponent's turn, this card gets 10k combo. Okay, so now I'm starting to realize something about this archetype. So the leader can't draw on awaken and can't draw on swing, right? So what this archetype is doing is burning cards out your hand. Because if you want to wipe these cards off the board, you have to combo out. So yes, I like the concept of the cards of you have to combo to swing and try to pop these cards off the board because they are really big bodies. Come on, 30k swing on turn 4 goes crazy. But at the same time is you have cards. This leader going towards blue, blue automatically wins because it's bouncing everything back. You're not drawing, and now you don't have no battle cards in the field. So what are you doing? What are you doing on each turn now? Blue, hands down, 100% guaranteed, will demolish this deck, no matter how you see it. Granted, you get on your opponent's turn, yeah, sure, whoop-de-doo, but at the same time, is blue will demolish this deck. Green, going against green, green on turn 4, going into turn 5, they're already gonna start putting big bodies on the board. But red has a habit of small bodies, big swings early in the game, so they're gonna have to figure it out. But they have a lot of destruction cards. Black has a lot of destruction cards, or use the pen to bounce back. Mirror match, depending who you're facing. Um, these cards will actually be good. Uh, I'm not even gonna lie, on a mirror match against this deck is gonna be a headache. That battle is gonna be such a headache because it's like who's gonna last with the most cards in your hand? Because technically you can't draw anything. So definitely, I see the potential where they're going with this archetype, but to not draw on none of the sides is kind of iffy. Yes, you're boosting up all your battle cards on your opponent's turn, but then what if you can't combo out? All they have to do is just 30, meet the criteria, let me swing for 35. You're burning a card out your hand, but you're not drawing next turn. So do you want to risk burning a card out your hand just to protect this card? That's something you got to think about. Next up, Son Goku Mini from Dalma. 2-drop, 20k swing, 10k combo. If your leader is awakened, this card gets 10k power, so he's swinging at 30, and it's permanent. So this is definitely a good card, and it's a self-awakener. You got this. No, this is definitely a good card, and it's crazy because it doesn't even say Universe 7 or anything. It just says Saiyan, so he won't get the boost from certain cards. So this is actually gonna help out a lot of decks. I see a lot of decks playing this card because you're swinging at 30. 30k 2-drop goes crazy, and playing a set of this because it's self-awakener. Yeah, I could see this card being played in a lot of decks. The alternate art to this card, full art, not alt, yeah, full art alternate art. Definitely a beautiful card. Can't wait to actually see them on hand. Um, like I said, if you guys are new that haven't been just started watching my stream, November 15th, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks away is when the new set comes out. I get my case, fingers crossed, that same day. So I will be streaming that afternoon or that nighttime. Um, the case opening. I will be giving out codes for the client. So if you guys play the client, definitely tune in to watch. So yeah. Next card is Sun Gohan Adolescence, 2-drop, 15k attack, 10k combo. Permanent on your opponent's turn. This card gets 10k power. Okay, so early game, this is definitely good, but probably for like 1 or 2 turns, depending on which deck you're playing against. But once your opponent's already awakened at 20, are you for sure gonna combo this with a card and with a leader that you can't draw against? So yeah, I already see this this archetype is gonna be rough to play. It's definitely gonna be rough because unless you're playing a lot of cantrips, you gotta be mindful. It looks like you're gonna play 8 cantrips. Great Priest, 3-drop, 20k attack, 10k combo. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and he gets -5 for the turn for each battle card with Angel and its special traits. So the Shin that we spoke about, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's an Angel card. And the criteria, if you want to have 2 of those on the board and have this on the board, that's 15 minus, or just 1 and 1, that's 10 minus, and then swing. So granted, it's an alright card. -5, 3-drop. I feel like on a 3 cost, I don't feel like nothing is better than the 3-drop Gohan that I think self-awakened and is neg of 15. I think you can't go wrong with that. I don't feel like anything outplays that card to take a slot in any of the red decks. So I don't know how I feel about this card. Next up, Dispo, 2-drop, 20k, 5k combo. You already know for Jiren. Auto once per turn. When this When you take damage, this card gets 1,000 power for the turn. Okay, I can see this being played. It's a 2-drop, 20k swing, which is if you want to go aggro against your opponent. And then if you do take a life, you could use this on your opponent's turn. You're gonna have to swing off. Excuse me. They're gonna have to swing out of 30k. So I can see where they're coming from with this card. So they're giving a little extra boost to Jiren. By the looks of it, Jiren is gonna be a problem next set. Hands down, that might be the best red deck. Look, talking about Jiren, another support. Sopo, 4-drop, 30k swing, 5k combo, on play, take 1 damage. If your leader is awakened, add the top card of your deck to your life. Yo, what? Nah, this is crazy. You take a damage, but if your leader's already awakened, you could just recycle. So you basically just adding extra cards to your hand without even doing anything. You could do that, right? Let's say you have a Jiren on the board, 4-drop. Your leader's awakened. You summon this guy. You take the damage. Instead of taking the damage, you use the effect of Jiren. Jiren gets to swap the cards. You draw the card, and take the top card of your deck to put in energy. Then do it. Then use this guy's effect to take the damage, and then still put another card. So you just added 2 cards to your hand, 2 to 3 cards to your hand, off of having 2 big bodies on the board, and they both 30k swing. 2 big bodies on the board. The only thing is that since they're 4 drops, you know, blue is about to have a feast. Black has Pan to bounce back. Mirror match. It all depends on who summons the big bodies first. Yellow has the destruction cards now. Green, your best bet will be green, depending on the leader that you're playing against. So yeah, Jiren definitely got the support that it needed. That might be the best red deck hands down right now going into set 4. Next up is Beerus, 3-drop, 25k, attack, 5k combo. On play, discard 1 card from your hand. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 15 power or less and KO them. The thing is about that, a lot of people don't play 15 cards or less, power or less. So small bodies. All right. So this card against Black Baby, he's wiping the board because Baby has a lot of cards that you summon and it's a 15k combo. That's why I said what I said about that deck. It's kind of iffy. You gotta be mindful how you want to build that deck because this card being summoned, right, will wipe your whole board. Now you have no combo power. Now you can't even use the effect of those combo power. So now you're just starting from square one again. So it's like you did all that to save up all these cards to use the effects, but then once this come on play, it's done for. So this card is definitely going on the Beerus deck. Because I know Beerus is still going to be one of the competitive decks. It's not going to be one of the top 5 decks. Maybe squeezing into top 10. But top 5 decks, I don't think that Beerus is going to be one of the cards. But I can still see this card being played in other decks. Next up is the Frieza, 5-drop, 25k swing, 5k combo. On play, if your leader has Universe 7 and special traits. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, this card can be removed from the battle by your opponent's skills and it gets 20,000 power. So that means U7 just got support. Would I be seeing U7? Will we be seeing U7 coming back to life because of this card going at 45? But if not, on the new leader, his base is 45. That means the leader will be at 45. But this is only on play. It will be on play on that one turn that he'll be at 45. Then when attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and he's minus 10,000 power for the turn. Okay, definitely a good card for endgame, for the endgame, because 45k swing. this, and then 45k swing off your leader. Those are two big bodies. You're gonna have to super combo and add an extra card. So what are you gonna do when this body's on the board and your leader's awakened and now they trying to go for game? So I see where they did this. So the new Goku definitely gotta see. This card is beautiful. I like the art. I like the team up. Team up is nice. But I see where they coming from, like trying to have this at the end game. But like I said, you can't draw. So now you gotta be mindful. Really gotta play smart when it comes to like having bodies on the board and swing. Because what if you want to summon a lot of bodies on the board, but then you can't draw, so now you don't have no hand size. So that means all your cantrips, you can't even put them in your energy. You gotta use them. You gotta use every single one of them just to have a hand size. Next up is Vegeta, 4 drop, 30k swing, 0 combo. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 15,000 for the power for the turn. Definitely a good card. 0 combo, don't know how I feel about that. But from what I've seen, it's not. I haven't seen 0 combos just yet. I've seen 5k. So having this in your deck would be good. The U7, the new UI. I don't see this being played in Jiren. This will be a waste of time because you already have Topo and you have the other Jiren. What else? The Beerus, most likely, because Beerus is basically built on negs, negging 15. So just imagine one attacking, another 15. So depending on who you're playing against, those 30k swing bodies that they have, it's already getting eliminated and not even have to be attacked on. So definitely a good card to use depending on what deck you're gonna be using. Next up, Boda Magetta, 2 drop, 20k swing, 0 combo, 1 KO after 1 Botamo, and up to 1 Magetta, both with the cost of 2 or less from your hand, from your drop to your hand. Okay, I know the Boda that we have on set 2, 2 drop, can be KO'd by a skill, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Can be KO'd by a skill. That's definitely a good card to connect. And then I get the Magetta. There's a vanilla card for it, so I guess you're gonna be recycling that too. But are those cards worth playing towards substituting other cards that's probably stronger? Because I haven't seen any red deck that's playing vanilla cards, so I don't know how I feel about that card. This card right here. Next up is Mona. 2 drop, 20k swing, 10k combo. Vanilla card. Not much you can say. Just straight vanilla. Now to the extras. Extreme Ultra Instinct. 1 drop. Activate main. Choose up to 1 battle card with the original power of 30k. Power or more. And Universe 7 in special traits. And it can't be removed from the battle area by skills or your opponent's battle card until the end of the opponent's turn. You play this, and it's a 1 drop. You play this card in any single red deck, you're protecting one of your biggest bodies on the board. So it's like, use this for the Jiren. Excuse me, getting protected. Use this on a 3 drop Vegeta, the one that you discard to swing for such and such and everything else. So let's just say they try to lock it on rest mode, so like that you don't get to use the Vegeta effect again. You can still use this card, and he still can't get killed by anything. So this card is basically for blue because red really struggles against blue. So I see a lot of people definitely using this card. Probably 2 ofs, because depending on other cards that you want to play as well, probably 2 of these in your deck. But this card is definitely was built for blue and going late game for green. You already know. Some of the Brawlies and everything else, because you already know Brawly pops a card off the board, or the double strike android, such and such. Next extra is the Heat Aura, 3 drop, activate main. If you have a Jiren, 30k power or more, choose all your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 25 power for the turn. Yo, Jiren, man. Jiren was already a problem in set 3. Hands down, it was definitely top 5 decks. With these cards that came out for Jiren support, I definitely say this card being a little bit bumped up a little bit more than just in top 6, top 5, top 4, maybe top 3, because all these cards are protecting. You're negging now, so it's going to be harder for you to swing for the Jiren on the board. But then at the same time, it's not on battle. If it would have been on battle, that would have been broken. Arc Nemesis Team Up, 1 drop extra. Activate on battle, finally. If you have a Frieza battle card with Universe 7 and a special traits, your son Goku, as in battle, gets 20,000 power for the turn. I don't know how I feel about this. You're gonna have to like recycle cards from set 1, 2, and 3 for the Friezas 1 drops, the Gokus, to see what you want to boost. All this could go for the leader itself. But we just went through a lot of battle cards, right? But I don't see no hand side support. So I'm really concerned on how they're approaching this new Goku leader, because none of the cards, everything that was coming out is built on opponent's turn boost up. Opponent's turn boost up is okay, granted, now I have to swing over. But then at the same time, if I do have the potential to swing over, are you gonna protect to burn cards out your hand? I don't think so. So that you're gonna have to sit down and actually use cards from set 1, 2, 3, and even set 4. But like I said, cantrips is a must for this new leader. Another extra, Inexhaustible Power, 2 drop. Activate on battle, another Jiren card. Your turn. Your cards that are in battle gets 25 power for the battle. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 15 power. So now you got 2 extra cards that is just negging the life out of your board. So like I said, Jiren just became a whole lot stronger because now it's doing the whole neg part. It used to be just draw power on defensive mode because it doesn't draw on offense. But now defensive mode you're drawing, and then on defense you're drawing, and then on offense you're negging. That is crazy. That is crazy to me to actually sit here and actually read all the Jiren support cards and not see Jiren topping when it comes out for set 4. Crazy. And that's it for red. Hopefully you guys like the red cards. I definitely like the red cards. Not a fan of the red leader because the leader does not have support on the draw size. So if you're building a 50 to 52 card deck, or however many you want to do, you already know 8 cards has to be cantrips. Has to, because you gotta have a hand size for this card to be protected. Even at that, still don't think 8 cards is gonna be enough, but you can't play more than that because now you're basically gonna build a deck off of 1-drop 5k swings, and that's not something you want to do. So yeah, that's it for red. On to the next one. We did yellow, we did black, we did red. Now let's go to blue. Let's see what the blue looks like. Let's go to the leader. Son Gohan Adolescence. 15k attack on standard side. Draw 1 and awaken F4. Standard leader. 20k swing, standard. Draw while swinging, standard. Now let's see, activate main once per turn. Discard one card from your hand. During this turn, the next time you use an extra with both Saiyan and Earthling in its special traits from your hand, reduce the cost by 2. So I hope the extras that they supported this deck with is strong. Because, like I said, look what happened to the other leader. The other leader does not get to draw on swings. So hopefully this leader right now gets support for the effect that's actually Saiyan. Because not just Saiyan, it's Saiyan and Earthling. That's gonna be rough. So let's see if we do have enough cards for that. And at the same time, what that's card that this deck is trying to tell you is it's supporting that you play a lot of extra cards. You playing a lot of extra cards in blue is kind of rough because you need the combo power, you need the recycling power, you need the bounce back power. So that means you're gonna eliminate the bounce back of the sickles in order to add something that's extra that's a Saiyan and Earthling. So not sure. So that was the alternate leader for the leader blue Sun Gohan. So the first card is Fortune Teller Baba, 2 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. Activate on main, play this card into your owner's drop. If you have 10 or more cards in your drop, play 1 Vegeta with the cost of 2 or less from your drop. Okay, now you're specifying the Vegeta. So 10, the Vegeta leader we have, right? I don't like this card. It's specifying too much. I understand 2 drop battle card, but now you're seeing the Vegeta card. Granted, I get why you're saying Vegeta, because if you say battle card, you already know what everybody's gonna go after, especially playing blue, which is the Videl that recycles one swinging off the discard and then peel off. So I get why they actually have to name a battle card, but a Vegeta card, come on. I hope you got good Vegeta cards, especially the 2 drop. Next up is Kibito. 1 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo on play. Place the top 3 cards of your deck into your owner's drop. So first blue was hand size of 7 or less to use combo powers. And now this new archetype is you gotta have 10 or more. I don't know how I feel about that. So now you're discarding that cards out your deck. What if you discard a super combo? Or you're a boss monster? You know what I'm saying? It's like kinda iffy about that. Next one is Kibito Kai, 3 drop, 25k attack, 10k combo vanilla. Definitely a good vanilla, I guess. There's not much you can say about vanillas. They're always gonna be 10k combos if you wanna play it. Next up is Great Saiyan Man 2, 4 drop, 20k swing, 10k combo. On play, if you have a 7 or fewer cards in your hand, play up to 1 skillless Great Saiyan Man from your deck. So this is definitely gonna go with the Trunks leader. This is definitely gonna go with the Vegeta leader. This is definitely gonna go with the Deadpool leader as well. The new leader that we have now, definitely not. They still build upon that. So I guess this support goes for the leaders that we already have out. So it's definitely a good card. 1 skillless, so you got the 3 drop Gohan. No, you have the 4 drop Saiyan Man, which is a 30k swing. So I see where they go with this. Next up is Gotenks, 2 drop, 15k attack, 10k combo on play, Self Awakener, definitely Self Awakeners. 1 attack and draw a card, then discard a card. Okay, so now you're basically trying to adjust the cards in your hand to see what you want to keep or not. Okay, I see. It's alright. Definitely alright. Self Awakener. It's definitely a good card. Gotenks, 3 drop, 20k swing, 10k combo, activate on main. Place this card in your owner's drop. If you have 10 or more cards from your drop, play up to 1 Sun Goten with the cost of 2 or less, and up to 1 Trunks Youth, the cost of 2 or less from your drop in rest mode. Okay, so then we're gonna have to figure out which are the cards that you were talking about, because this 2 or less, it's not a good card. And at 3, I feel like you can play something better. I'm sorry. Not a card that I'll be using. Next up, a big body for mid range. For blue, gold tanks 4 drop 30k swing, 0 combo. If you have 10 or more cards in your drop, this card gets 5,000 power. Place the top 2 cards of your deck into your drop. Then choose up to one of your battle cards, opponent's battle cards with the cost of 3 or less, and place it at the bottom of your deck. Okay, so you're bouncing back, granted, but you have to have 10 cards. Okay, so permanent wise, he'll be at 35 if you have 10 or more cards on your discard pile. Place 2 and then you bounce back 3. This is too much. I feel like this is too much. They're doing too much with this whole bounce back and all this nonsense. Like bounce back, I get it. That's the blue. So there's the alternate art of the gold tanks. Looks amazing, and it's kind of weird that it's in Japanese. First card right now that I've shown is in Japanese. But I feel like this whole new archetype is kind of burning cards at your deck, and you could fall short if you start discarding your super combos or cards like the Gallic Gun or cards that you really need for endgame or even to tip the scale on the game. So, not a big fan of this having 10 on thing. So, 1 drop, Shin, 5k tag, 5k combo. Activate main, place this card, then 1 Kibito from your battle area into the owner's drop. Play up to 1 skillless Kibito. Okay, so I see where they're going with. I feel like this is gonna be weird kind of setup. Probably Vegeta or Trunks. Can't do it with Deadpool. Deadpool has his own archetype. Can't do it with the new Gohan because the Gohan got an archetype of its own. Um, maybe the Sun Gohan. I'm not gonna lie, because the effect that it has is towards um, extra cards and to reducing cost. But this, especially summon 2 bodies, is kind of good. But you're sacrificing 2 to summon 1. And that's the Kibito, which is a 30k swing vanilla. I'm not sure about that. Son Goku 3 drop 20k attack, 5k combo. On play and when swinging, choose up to one of your opponent's battle card with the cost of 1 or less and place at the bottom of their deck. I feel like you could do better. It's not a card. Sorry. 2 or less, maybe. 1, you're kind of pushing it. Especially at turn 3. Stuff that they're going to have on the board is probably cantrips. Red probably have a nag. So I'm not sure how I feel about this card. Alright, next up, the Sun Goten 2 drop, 20k swing, 5k combo. On play, if you have 10 or more cards in your drop, the leader gets 5,000 power for the turn. Nah, sorry. I came self-explanatory. It's not a good card. Only on play. And you have to have 10 cards in? No, not a good card for any other decks. Sun Gohan Adolescence, 2 drop, 20k attack, 5k combo, auto, once per turn, when a battle card is played, you drop, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce the cost by 1. Okay, granted, I see where you're going with this. 2 drop, I see you guys are actually making a lot of 2 drops of blues, so that blue can actually be aggro and still consider itself to be a manipulative battle place bouncer. So either bounce back to the hand or bounce back to the deck. So I see where they're going with this. Sun Gohan Adolescence again. 3 drop, 25k attack, 5k combo. On play, if you have 10 or more cards in your drop, add to 1 extra with both Saiyan and Earthling and a special trace from the drops you have. Okay, so this is definitely a good recycler. Definitely gonna probably use 3 to 4 of these for the new leader because you want to have those extra cards in your hand if your leader effect is based on the effect of reducing costs for your extras. So I see this card being played heavily when it comes to building a Sun Gohan deck. Next up, Super Combo Standard TN, 10k offense, 20k defense. Next up, Trunks Youth, 2 drop, 20k swing, 5k combo. On play, if you have 10 or more cards in your drop, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 3 or less and return it to its owner's hand. I'm seeing a whole lot of 10 cards or more, but these are 2 drops. You're not gonna have so this is cards that you're gonna be using late games. On late games, 3 drops is gonna be somewhat not relevant. Everybody's gonna have their big bodies because you really can't use this effect at the beginning of the game. So it's just a burnout brick card at the beginning of the game. So just say you're just gonna summon a 2 drop vanilla. That's what this card is. So I'm trying to understand why they have these cards on play, especially on play, not even while swinging. That's what makes it even more kind of concerning, that you're doing a lot of on play cards and not on swing or once per turn. So I don't know how I feel about this card. Son Gohan got some weird support. Videl, 1 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. Return this card to your owner's hand. Reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's revealed, card Satan City. And a special chase play up to 1 Videl with the cost of 2 from your hand, then you can't play Videl for the turn. Okay, so this is definitely for Deadpool. To get the 2 drop Videl, the one that every time you swing, you can bring back 3 or less from the discard pile back to your hand. Most likely it's going to be the peel off, because that's why everybody likes to recycle. So I see the little chain reaction for Deadpool. Deadpool definitely needed something like this, because Deadpool really, like, it's missing a couple of pieces for the deck to be strong. So next up is Piccolo, 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. On play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, then reveal up to 1 gold tanks or extra, and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your owner's deck in a random order. I see this being played, but I don't feel like people will be playing this on a set. Probably 2, 3 of, but not a set, because I feel like they could play something better. Like, I understand you're trying to reach for the extra cards, but remember, the effect of the extra cards goes towards the leader, Awaken, not on standard. So that's something you gotta be thinking about as well. Next up is Bulma Mini from Daima, 2 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. On play, another on play. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, Self Awakener. Okay, granted. Then if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw a card. So it's definitely going towards the starter deck that's coming out for Vegeta, and it could go for the Vegeta that's already out now as well, because 7 or less. In fact, can't use it for the new leaders. You could definitely use it for the new leaders, but it's not a card that you want to use. You want to use cards that actually gonna make you dump cards to your discard pile, so you can actually hit 10 and use people's effects. Next up, so this is a 2 drop. This is the first 2 drop Vegeta I've seen in this set, because that Baba, the fortune teller Baba, was talking about this card. Vegeta 2 drop, 10k attack, 10k combo. Permanent once per turn. If you have 10 or more cards, this card gets 15. So at 2 drop, you're swinging at 25 permanent, and it's only on your turn. So he goes back to 10 on your opponent's turn, which is bad. Then on play, place the top card of your deck into your owner's drop. So I see where this card is coming from, but not at the same time as, like, you're burning cards. You're trying to go as fast as possible to get 10 cards in your discard pile in order to start using the effect of many of the battle cards that they have that supports the 10 or more cards in the drop. I don't know, blue is kind of weird to me this set to support the new leader. Vegeta, Mini, Daima, 2 drop, 15k attack, 10k combo, permanent. Your turn. If you have 7 of your cards in your deck, in your hand, this card gets 5,000 power. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce the card's type 2. Okay, so this is definitely gonna be good when you're playing in it on the new starter deck and the Vegeta now. And also, if you're interested in playing Trunks again, this definitely goes good with Trunks as well. There's the alternate art of it. Looks amazing. I'm kind of happy that they're actually supporting the Diamond anime. So they got 2 starter decks that's coming out. They got support in the cases, in the boxes that's coming in as well. So I see that they're actually trying to push more content into revealing more of the new anime instead of just trying to follow Master's footsteps. Next up is the Vegito, 4 drop, 15k attack, 10k combo. Activate main, tap 2, discard 1 card from your hand and place that into your owner's drop. If you have 10 or more cards in your drop, play up to 1 Vegito with a cost of 5 or 6 from your drop. Hey, yo, hold on. Once reading this card, I really thought it was trash because it was 4 drop, 15k swing. Where are you going? But then, bad part about this is, if you're doing the math, right? You at 6. You're tapping 4 to summon this, then tapping 2, discard to just a special discard. Make sure you have 10 cards in your discard pile, just a special summon of Vegito 5 drop, which is most likely gonna be the Vegito that's a dual strike to bounce back 1 card back to your hand. Is it worth it to tap 6, discard, and gotta make sure you got 10 cards in your discard pile? I don't think so. I'm sorry. You can play something better. This is definitely not a good card. It's my opinion. If you guys want to go and say it's a good card, I just feel like on a 4 cost, you could probably do so much better than just 15 swing. Next up, Overwhelming Confidence, 5 drop extra. Activate main, place the top 3 cards in your deck into your owner's drop. Draw 1 card, then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less, and seeing in the special trades. Alright. This card is late game, it's a problem. Because you can summon your 4 drop Gohan that bounces back 3 or less from the board. You get to draw a card. And 10 or less you can use, but you can reduce this from 5 to 3 if your leader is awakened. So on 3 cost, that's not bad. I see 1 off when it comes to this card, but if you want to no, not even, because it's still a 5 cost at the beginning of the game, so you'll have to wait till when you're awakened to use the cost reduction in order to use this card. So yeah, I see this card being a 1 off. Next up will be Galactic Donut, 3 drop. Activate on main, draw 2 cards, and choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Okay, so now it's using the yellow terminology that now it can paralyze bodies off the board, which is good. You draw 2 cards. Okay, I like it. Definitely one of the good cards I can actually see people playing. But like I said, when it comes to Blue already established how they build their decks. Not to add this card is going to be kind of rough, because now you have to think about what will you take out that's an extra 3 cost, and this actually could be at 1, because if your opponent, if your leader is awakened, it's not at 3 anymore, it's at 1. So just imagine playing If you got 3 energy up, you can play 3 of these. Block 3 bodies off the board, and you draw 6 cards. That's crazy. And you don't have to minimize your size, your hand size to 7 to use certain effects depending on leader or battle card. So yeah, this is definitely the best card that I feel like on extras that came out for blue for the support. Amazing hitting potential, 5 cost. Yeah, they're really going crazy with these costs. Play up to 1 Gotenks or 1 Sun Gohan Adolescence, both with the cost of 4 or less from your drop. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its cost by 1 for the turn. Yeah, I don't see nobody playing this card. Probably in the new Gohan deck because you gotta fill in slots, but I don't feel like that a 3 cost, right? If your leaders are with 3 costs, especially some in the body, then reduce a cost. I don't know. You can special summon, right? The Sun Gohan, right? If they have a 4-drop on the board, you use this secondary effect, then you can bounce the card back to the back. Okay, I get, but I don't see them playing more than 1. Or even playing the card at all. Damn, another one. Legend of the Strongest Sword. 1-drop extra, finally. Oh, it's a field card. Activate on battle. Once per turn, discard 1 extra from your hand. Your Sun Gohan Adolescent that's in a battle gets 1,000 power. Okay, I see it. So you're gonna have to really build up this deck nicely. It's totally different to what the original blue decks was. Satan City Deadpool has his own archetype. The way that deck is being played, this one has its own way. So I'm starting to see that blue is trying to have every single blue leader have its own separate agenda when it comes to building decks and playing and being battle matchups. 6-drop Vegito, 40k swing, 0 combo, permanent if you don't lose the game, even if you have 0 cards in your deck. And if you have 0 cards in your deck, this card gets 10,000 power, so it goes to 50. Activate main, once per turn, switch this card to active mode. Then choose up to 1 card in your opponent's battle cards and return it to your owner's hand. Then place the top 5 cards in your deck into your owner's deck, into your owner's drop. Okay, this card is dangerous. The only thing is that people keep talking about it, right? And we're gonna have to wait and see how they're gonna finalize this. So a lot of people's not understanding. In my case, when I read this card, it's basically built on deck-wise. You're not gonna lose on deck outs. A lot of people is mentioning that this card, you don't lose if you got no life. Nowhere in this card says anything about life. And I had this argument back to back with a lot of people that they talk about life. I don't feel like that has anything to do with this card. This card specified on deck. You're running out of cards out your deck. So where does it say anything about you losing the game when you go to 0? I don't feel like that's even possible. I feel like it's just deck outs. But if this card goes for deck outs and you being at 0 life, this card is retarded, broken, and needs to go somewhere. This is the alternate art of the card. Looks beautiful. This is my first time actually seeing this alternate art. No, matter of fact, no, it's not. Because I've seen the holo. The holo looks amazing. And this is the full art of the Bulma that we already spoke about. And that should be the last card. Let me just verify. Yeah, so that is the last card for blue. Hope you guys liked it. I'm not a fan of the blue support. I like the leader, but I'm not a fan of the battle cards that supports the leader. I feel like this deck is not gonna be as strong, but like I said, it's not my opinion. It's just my opinion. I feel like compared to all the leaders that's coming out for this set, I feel like this is the second to last out of the 5 6, 7 if you want to count the starter decks. I feel like the bottom of the barrel will be UI red, Ultra Instinct Goku, and then is this one. But yeah, because it just the 10 cards is what's killing me. The 10 cards are more, and then effect starts popping off. It's gonna take you quite some time just to get there, just to get to 10 cards. So I'm not sure how I feel about it, but that's my opinion. So hopefully you guys want to try out blue, see how it works for you, because I know there's a lot of blue fans out there. So if you're interested, I guess when the cards come out, try to build your deck on a client or build the cards in IRL, so like that you can test them out as much as you can. So that's the completion of blue. Last but not least, we're going to green. Let's see what green is bringing to the table. Green leader is Vegeta, the original of the originals. Saiyan Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. Standard, draw one card while attacking, and awaken at 4, draw a card. The backside, 20k swing. When attacking, standard, draw a card. Once per turn, place one of your energies into your owner's drop. If you have 4 or less energy, play up to one Saiyan only battle card with the cost of 3 or less from your hand. Okay, so this green leader is going off course to what we're already used to when it comes to green being um, always using like curve to increase your energy markers, not the energy markers, just energy cards itself to summon the big bodies, and like that, comes down to who has the bigger bodies on the board when it comes to facing against green, how you can withstand the swings and etc. So this is the alternate art of the card. Looks fire. The back side of this looks amazing. Looks fire. I'm telling you right now, if you have not seen this holo, because right now you're seeing it standard wise, but you gotta see this card holo. You see this card holo, you'll see how much of a difference it looks. It looks amazing. I love the art. The art looks fire. So first card is the Grade 8 Vegeta, 6 drop, 40k attack, double strike. I guess this is the boss monster for Vegeta. Hands down, congrats, you got your own double strike. On play, place one card from your energy into your owner's drop. If your leader has Saiyan and its special traits, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 5 or less and KO it. That's strong, strong as hell. Cannot go wrong with that. And it has a 5k combo, so you're not losing much of anything when it comes to this card. So I definitely like this as a boss card for Vegeta. Double strike. Burn out an energy marker, because you definitely gotta burn it out because of the effect of the leader card. And then you can get to KO 5 or less. Definitely good. This is the alternate art of it. If you haven't seen it, I like the alternate art. Next up is Kami, 5 drop, 25k swing, 10k combo. Add up to 1 extra from the drop to your hand, then add up to 1 card from your hand to your energy. So I feel like this is for the Piccolo support, since it's under the Namekian. So let's see if Piccolo can actually be a better competitive deck entering this new set. Because 5 drop for 25k swing sounds kind of crazy though. Master Roshi 2 drop, 10k attack, 10k combo. On play, add up to 1 card giving life to your hand. Definitely good Self Awakeners, because that's what you need. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 1 or less and KO it. Oh, it's a 2 drop. It's definitely good. You play the Vegeta, right? But this go hand to hand with the Raditz 3 drop that we got. You KO Earthling, and then you take the top card of your life, I mean, the top card of your deck and put it into your energy. But at the same time, depends on how much energy you have too, because you have to be at a certain amount of energies in order to use the effect of the leader. Next up is Krillin, 2 drop, 10k attack, 10k combo, blocker. On play, draw a card, then discard a card from your hand. Uh, I'm not sure if people's gonna use this card, but we'll see. I don't feel like I don't see this card fitting in any deck right now because yeah, because you can use the Boma, which is a 1 drop from from the previous sets. 1 drop and he does the same. She does the same thing, but instead of drawing, you gotta discard first and then draw. And it's once per turn. This is only on play, and then he becomes a blocker. At 2 drop blocker, 10k swing, he's getting wiped before he gets a block. Next up, Cyberman, 2 drop, 5k attack, 10k combo. When KO, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 2 or less and KO it. Okay, I see this card being played, but it all depends on how people are building their decks on 2 drops. So right now, off the top of my head, you're playing against Black Baby. This card, 4 of sets, definitely does damage to that deck because Baby has a lot of 2 drops and popping them left to right can't even combo with them. So since you can't combo with the cards as they're getting popped, you can't use the combo effect that they have to like bounce back a card, to draw a card, or discard a card from your opponent's hand, like stuff like that, or give you an energy marker. So this is definitely going to be good going towards black for sure, especially Baby. Android 18, 1 drop, 5k attack, 5k combo. On play, look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, then reveal up to 1 card with the cost of 5 or less Android and its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck. I like the card, but I don't feel like anybody's gonna play this card because it's an Android card, right? But then you have the dot that you rolled that we already got, and it does the same damn thing. So you basically just reprinted a card that you already know we already got, and people still use it. So not sure if people's gonna be using this, even though it's Android 18. So there's certain cards that like the 2 drop Gohan, no 2 drop Krillin that on swing. I think it's on swing. You get to like bring back a 18 or an extra card to your hand. So I definitely see this card being played on that, but honestly, it's a 50-50 chance they might not. Now we have support for Cell. We already seen support for Piccolo, support for Android, and now Cell. 3 drop, 10k attack, 10k combo. Activate main, place the card in your own drop. Your leader is Cell. Plays up to 1 Cell Games Arena into the battle area from your hand into rest mode. Okay, so that's good because now this is definitely a good card because now on turn 4, a lot of people like to play the Cell Games Arena, but now because of this card, now you can actually play another battle card on top of the Cell Games Arena's turn. So yeah, I definitely see this card being played a lot, but they're most likely going to use it for combo after the activate main effect. So because 10k swing is not, you're not going nowhere with that. Next up is Son Goku. Sorry, Son Goku 3 drop, 25k attack, 0 combo. When attacking, if attacking a battle card with the cost of 4 or more, this card gets 25k. Wow, so you're swinging at 50. Power for the battle. Then place 1 card from your energy into your owner's drop. Okay, so you could do the Raditz to gain energy, but then pop the one of the energy markers because of this card and get 25k. So now you're swinging at 50. And the alternative energy is placed into your owner's drop by this card skill during the turn. Draw 1 card and this card to your energy and rest mode. This is definitely going to be a good card. This Goku is definitely a good card for the new Vegeta. There's the alternate art. I'm really happy about the alternate art this time for this set because they all look fire. I haven't seen that one alternate art that actually I feel like they like disappointed me with, but they definitely did their thing when it came to these cards with the alternate arts. Next up, Son Gohan Youth, 2 drop, 15k attack, 10k combo. If you have a field card, Full Moon, in this name of the battle area, this card gets 5,000, so you'd be swinging at 20, but that's if you have the field card on the board, and it's Self Awakener. So I see a lot of people playing this card because they need Self Awakeners. Green needs to awaken as soon as possible in order to succeed competing with your opponents. Next up, Turles. 5 drop, 30k swing, 5k combo, permanent. Your turn. If you have 6 or more energy, your Broadly leader gets 10,000. That is crazy. So now this is the only color that gives support for every single leader, hands down. Well, right now I haven't seen nothing for Gohan, but Gohan is the same. Any of these cards could actually give him a boost, but that's I like green. Green is definitely doing anything this time. Next up is Chaozu, 3 drop, 20k swing, 10k combo, 1 KO, draw card. I don't know how I feel about this card, but you could definitely use it on the effect of if he stays on the board swinging, you summon the Raditz, um, pop this, gets a draw card, and then the top card of your deck goes into your energy, so it's a win-win situation. So I definitely see this card being used, but not like more than 2. Next up is a 3 drop TN, 20k attack, 5k combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the cost of 2 or less and KO it. And this is Earthling, right? So there's a lot of Earthling cards that's coming out, and I feel like these Earthlings are actually going to be helpful when you're playing with the Cell deck. Because Cell has a lot of cards that you need to pop Earthlings off the board to, or not even pop, just put them into your energy, and now you're go from 3 to like 6, 7 in one turn when it comes to energy markers. I mean energy just period. Nappa 3 drop, 30k swing, 0 combo, on play, choose one. Add 1 card from your life to your energy and rest move. 2, if you have no Vegeta battle cards, this card can attack. Okay, so I get what they're doing. So 3 drop, first of all, there's like the Majin Buu that they dropped. There's a 30k swing, but it can't restand unless you pop a card off the board. This one, you have to have a Vegeta on the board. I've seen at least 2 Vegetas, if I'm not mistaken. We have an old Vegeta, which is a crit from set 1. We've seen at least, I think, 1 or 2 Vegetas as well, so I feel like this card is definitely going to be good. Mid-range 30k swings, that's going to be a problem to a lot of decks. This is the alternate art, fire. Another Nappa, 3 drop, 25k swing, 5k combo on play. If you place a card from your energy into your owner's drop during this turn, choose up to 1 field card with the cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and place it into your owner's drop. This is not gonna be used a lot because not everybody's using. Maybe from what we already seen, this set a lot of blockers is being played, field cards is being played as well. So I guess Nappa is gonna come in handy for this set coming up. Well, it depends on how people's building their decks. So it looks good on paper. We just gotta see it on play, live, to see how people function with some of these cards. Next up is Piccolo, 3 drop, 20k swing, 5k combo, blocker, 1 KO if your leader's Piccolo, add the top card of your deck to your energy. Okay, I see more Piccolo support. I'm not gonna lie, we might see Piccolo giving a run for your money. but I still don't feel like it's gonna be one of the best green decks. I still feel like Cell and the new Vegeta is still gonna be like top tier on top of this um Piccolo deck. Next up, Piccolo Mini for Dama. 3 drop, 20k. Another one, 10k combo. Uh, Place one card, the energy into drop. Choose one of your battle cards and cost 3 or less, and KO it. That's not bad. Because a lot of people playing a lot of 3 costs. That's not bad. And we only have one or two cards that's barrier that's in yellow that can protect itself from this. Or the 3 drop Android 17 for red that can be destroyed by an effect of a battle card. So besides that, this could go all in on any 3 drop or less in any colors that you're playing against. Super combo, standard 10k offense, 20k defense. Next up, another 3 drop Vegeta, 3 drop, 20k swing, 10k combo on play. Discard 1 card from your hand, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, and place 1 artificial moon into the battle area. Place the rest at the bottom of your owner's deck in random. Hands down, this card is great. Not just 5 cards, you're talking about 10 cards that you get to look on top of. So you get to recycle a high percentage of your deck to see something different. And then if you get to artificial moon, you don't get to use energy markers. Energy itself to summon one of your field cards. So that's definitely good as well. I guess the field card you should just play one or two of if you're gonna have a playset of this in your deck. Next up is Yajirobe, 3 drop, 50k attack, 5k combo. On main, place this card into your owner's drop. Choose up to 1 card with the Great Ape and its special traits in the battle area and add it to your owner's energy and rest mode. I'm not sure about this card because you're specifying Great Ape. There is only one Great Ape card, so do you really want to sacrifice 3 drop slot as a 15k swing for Yajirobe that only specifies on the Great Ape? No, not a good card. Next up, Yamcha, 1 drop, 15k attack, 5k combo, permanent, only on your turn. If you have a battle card with the cost of 3 or more in your drop, this card gets 5,000 power. Alright, but that's on my turn. On opponent's turn is at 15, so if they swing, it is what it is. So, I'm not sure. Maybe fill in slots if you need to. I don't feel like there's definitely a good card, especially you're at 5k combo. Next up, Raditz. 3 drop, 25k swing, 5k combo on play. If you place a card from the energy into your owner's drop during this turn, add up to 1 Saiyan only non-Raditz card for the cost of 3 from your drop to your hand. Ooh, that becomes tough. Because let's just say if we pop the card of Vegeta off the board, then you bring Vegeta back. And if you have the Nappa that's 3 drop that can only swing with Vegeta on the board, use this effect to take 1 life to put it into your energy. Swing for 30. You got swing for 25, and you swing for another 20. That's crazy. Green got to revamp its image with these cards. I'm not gonna lie, Vegeta will be the game changer for green. A warm greeting, 2 drop extra. Draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your cards with the cost of 4 less into your opponent's battle area and add it to its owner's energy. Whew, that's good. That's definitely good. So now, because green only has stuff to like wipe off the board when it gets to like 5 and up. To have this a 2 drop, yeah, this Vegeta deck is definitely giving definitely gonna give a face, an image to green to be back on top and being meta again, as it was in set one. Next up is self-destruction Cybermen, one pause, extra, KO one Cyberman, battle card, and draw two cards. Crazy part about the Cyberman that's a battle card, his effect is on KO to pop something. So now you have this. To pop the Cyberman, you draw two cards. Then the Cyberman gets popped to pop a card on the board. That chain is crazy. And it's on one drop, and the Cyberman's on two. So on turn three, if they got anything on the board, you just drew two cards and got to get rid of something on the board. That is amazing. That is definitely amazing. Green looking like a problem. Next up, Invasion of the Saiyans, 5 cost. That's a little bit high. Play up to 2 Saiyans, only battle cards with the energy cost of 3 or less from your energy. Okay, so instead of waiting for turn 6 to summon 2 3 drops, you summon it on 5. That's not bad. You go on aggro at this point. Because then the next turn, if you have enough cards in your hand, you can summon 2 more 3 drops. So now, if your body survive, by turn 6 you have 4 bodies on board or more, plus the leader to swing with. Yeah, Green definitely got its face back. Green definitely got its leader that they needed to bring Green back to being called competitive. Next up, Artificial Full Moon is the field card that I was looking for. 2 drop. At the end of your turn, if you have 4 or less energy, you place a card from your energy into your owner's drop during this turn. Add it to 1 card with the cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy and rest mode. I guess this is being used because certain cards that we have does affect when you discard 1 energy, and then the effect starts popping off. So I definitely see where they're going with this. I feel like hands down, this is definitely gonna be a good deck to play with. Then you have the alternate art of the set 3 special beam cannon 5 drop. The art looks amazing. Like I said before, I like how they just bringing back the arts of other cards from the sets and then bringing back like a new image like that. People could be interested on getting the cards as well. And then last but not least, Piccolo Mini, the full art version, if I'm not mistaken. That might be the last. Let's just verify. It might be the last card. Yeah, it's definitely the last card of the green. So green definitely looks like is a strong is in a strong place, in a good place, not strong. It has a strong build and is in a good place right now because of the Vegeta. Because green was always built on end games. This Vegeta is built on mid games. They already had their beginning games, which is a draw, the popping, the 1 cost, and then the recycling and everything else that you need. That's what it is. But they never had something in the mid. Now since they have this deck that is built on mids, then to add extra cards to the end game, which green is already built on end game, that makes it even much better to see green is going to be a problem, especially this leader itself. So that's it for the green, right? So if you guys want to be interested on playing on client with green, you can. If you play IRL, you can play green as well. Test it as much as you can because these new leaders are coming out and they're coming out with a bang. They are the game changers and the meta is about to shift because of these new leaders. So just put in your calendar if you guys want to see the card art. If you guys need codes, November 15, which is 3 weeks from today, I get my case. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna do a case opening. So if you guys want to be interested of tuning in and get some codes in, I will be doing codes giveaways that day, and you get to see the cards that you know that that I get. Hopefully, I get the cards that I need to build my deck because I also play on IRL. I just don't stream it just to stream. So I play on both sides, so like that I can get a better understanding on each deck when playing with them and playing against them. So November 15th, put that on your calendar. I'm definitely gonna be on it. So right now, I'm gonna go recap only on the leaders. So these are the leaders. Let's eliminate. Hmm, can't do it. It's fine. I was trying to eliminate the alternate arts. So by looking at all the leaders, right? There's 5 leaders. We're gonna go from 5 to 1. This is my opinion. You might have your own opinion and everything else, but I feel like this is how I feel like with these new leaders coming up. I feel like this is how I would rank them on the support that they came out with, what cards they could actually use from the old sets, and then see how it goes. Coming up number 5, I feel like Son Goku UI is number 5, just because you know can't draw. He could draw on Awaken, but can't draw. No, he could draw on Standard, but can't draw on Awaken. Okay, because I'm seeing it right now. And then you Awaken at 3, but then you at 20 swing. So that's kind of iffy. It just becomes a little bit dangerous that you're not Awakened. You're on 4 life. Somebody summons a double strike. You're swinging 35 plus. If you take the hit, that puts you down to 2. And if you don't have an answer by next turn to wipe that double strike off the board, you're gonna lose the game. And then all the support that it comes with, when you awaken, that's what a lot of people's gonna be doing, going against this leader. They're gonna go so aggro that you have to awaken, so like that you lose the the key thing that you need to continue into battling in any matchups is the draw power. So if you don't have the draw power, you're screwed up. So cantrips is a must for this deck. Heavy 6 to 8, 4 standard is not gonna work. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna work. Because a lot of people, what they're gonna do is they're gonna go aggro. You already seen what they coming now with this deck, with the whole concept of on your opponent's turn, such and such. Okay, so what if I match the power? Are you gonna combo with the 4 cards you got left in your hand? No. So that's what I'm talking about. So number 5 would be the Sun Goku, right? And like I said, this is my opinion. You might have a different way of ranking these cards. At number 4, I will give it to Son Gohan Adolescence. I like the leader. I like the extra set, the extra card effect of reducing and everything else. But what gets me is you have a lot of small bodies that its effect does not work unless you got 10 cards or more into your discard pile. Why would a 2 drop will have that effect at the cost of 2 when and then at 15k swing, because most of them is 15k swings. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're basically summoning a vanilla card at this point, and it's on play. It'll be different if you're actually summoning these cards and they're swinging, and it's auto or on swing, but it's not. It's on play. Once they're on play, that effect don't work anymore. So it's like you have a lot of blue cards that came out, and that's all they built on is 10 or more, 10 or more, 10 or more. But then they small bodies, so how are you supposed to manage on what's going to happen on your matchups if you don't understand how this deck's supposed to flow? But like I said, on paper, this is my opinion. Now when the sets come out and everybody starts playing, then you'll see what would be like strong, which old decks is still gonna be in the meta, which new decks is gonna be in the meta, and which is gonna fall off, right? So that's number four for me, Sun Gohan Adolescence. Coming to three, it was tied just by a bit until we got into details on what their support archetype is. And number three, I would give it to Majin Buu. Majin Buu is definitely a good leader. The special summoning, the restanding energy, or restanding your leader to swing again. Granted, love it, amazing. But the support of most of the cards is popping cards off the board. You cannot maintain a board with this leader. The leader is fine, but the battle cards itself does not support you keeping bodies off the board. It's like you are mandated to summon small bodies in order to succeed in putting pressure on your opponent because you're discarding out of their hand. I think you get to draw and um, rest bodies off the board. Like you're doing a lot, but you have to sacrifice in order to do those effects. So summoning small bodies is a big factor for this deck. So you have to be mindful when you're building your deck. Make sure you got those small bodies, because the Majin Buu effects to this deck, from the double strike, from the 4-drop, the 3-drop, they're all insanely powerhouses. But what's missing is you have to sacrifice a body on the board in order to do so. So I'm a yellow fan, but like I said, I'll say it again. On paper, it sounds amazing. So let's see how it is, hands down. So at number two, I would give it to Baby Vegeta. The simple fact that it is amazing that you could draw special summon, and I guess the bounce back, the giving energy marker, the popping off the board, the recycling 2 cards off your discard pile. Everything sounds amazing, but it has in order for that to work, you have to use these cards as a combo when they're on the board. What if you get to? We've seen plenty of cards that wipes all these cards off the board instantly because most of them are 2-drops. Yes, they have a lot to offer when they combo out, but you have to maintain them on the board. So that means the trunks that's gonna be in every single black deck. The 2-drop trunks is gonna be in every single black deck. That protects everybody, that gives barrier to everybody. You have to play that in the Baby, in the Bardock, in the SS4 Goku. You gotta play that card in order to protect your board. Because if you don't have that on the board, then you lose everything. You just build a whole platoon of small bodies on the board, and they get wiped out instantly off of 1 or 2 cards, and then you gotta start from scratch again. Then at the same time, those are the brainwash cards. Now for the mutant cards, you have the mutants that actually, once you summon, and if you use that in combo, you special summon another card. So now you're burning cards at your hand as well. So it's like you have to maintain the cards on the board in order to survive in this game. So the good part about this deck is floodgates. A lot of 2-drops, just swing crazy, go all out, and what you gotta do. And then combo out, you get to recycle as much things as you can, you get to pop and everything else. So you got that as well. So that's how I give it as number two. For number one, not gonna lie, hands down, is Vegeta. Vegeta has everything it needs to push from the set 1 support, set 2 support, set 3, and now set 4. This Vegeta is going to be a problem because it has a lot of mid-range cards. Green never had that support. Green has always been 5 or more, which is endgame. But now you have the 3-drops, special summon off the leader. Then you have special summon off the battle cards. Pop cards off the board, draw cards, manipulate a lot of situations. So Green Vegeta is the number 1 leader out of all 5. That's gonna be a problem, and a lot of people is gonna be playing this card. A lot of people's gonna be playing this deck. I'm glad that Vegeta. I'm glad that Green got a face now that could bring back Green into the competition of the meta. Baby Black has already been there, so Baby's just basically just still holding it on to be there. UI Goku, I feel like that's not it for Red. I feel like Jiren is gonna be number one for that with the support that it got. For Blue, hands down, sorry to say that, still gonna be Vegeta from set one. It's crazy. We in set four, and the best blue deck is set one. That is crazy. Um, but hands down, I understand where they're going with blue. Everybody get their own image, but these images is like you got a lot to learn. So Satan City got a lot of support. Hopefully, it gives the potential to be competitive because it wasn't competitive last set because it didn't have enough support. Now they gave it more support. I think that's what's gonna happen to the Gohan. What happened to Satan City Deadpool? That it didn't have enough support and people didn't understand how to play the deck. That it's gonna fall off and a lot of people's not gonna play it. And then the Majin Buu, as the last thing to talk about, it's definitely a good deck. It's powerful. It has the powerhouse swings that it needs, but it has the chain that it needs to summon right after summon, right after summon. But the thing that is bad about it is the whole popping the card off the board, your board, in order to use the effect of summon these cards. So definitely good. Um, so that's it for the leaders. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or even your opinion on how you think your on your on your end, your point of view of what you've seen, which leaders ranks what for the new set, and do they are they going to be competitive to be going into set four? So if you're new to my channel, press that follow button, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching me. Sorry that I streamed late today. I was working. Couldn't get on until I established everything I needed to establish today in order to stream. But if you're watching me on Twitch, thank you for tuning in. Definitely gonna be streaming tomorrow, regular time, which is 12 p.m. Not sure what game I'll be streaming. If I'm not mistaken, I scheduled this Saturday. I'll be streaming the. I'll see. Most likely it's gonna be Fusion World, if anything. But for everybody that's actually tuning in on YouTube as well, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, press that subscribe button. I'll definitely be posting videos, content. I know if you guys are new to the channel, you're just jumped into the video of me streaming, I will be cropping all these videos into color pieces, and I'll be posting them on YouTube. So hopefully you guys are excited to see what I have in store for you guys. But like I said, 3 weeks away, 3 Fridays from now, set 4 comes out. It will be on the client, fingers crossed, because they did it for set 3. If you're looking for cards for IRL to play on tournaments, regionals, or whatever, I will have that on hands. I only play yellow. I only play black. Those are my 2 colors. So the other 3 colors are for grabs if you guys are interested. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I'll definitely catch you guys tomorrow. Turn that notification on. I will be on tomorrow, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Even if I get in earlier, most likely I'll be earlier, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm a little bit tired, so I want to get some rest. Today's my day off, so sleep is key. But thank you everybody for tuning in, and I'll definitely see you guys at the next one. Peace out.